Okay, we are live. You're listening to Clemente's Corner. I am your host, Clemente. Also go by Matt. I'm here with Brody Blue, local musician, great artist. Say what's up to the world.
What's up, world?
Woo!
Woo.
So, tell them about yourself. How long you been doing music?
I've been playing music for about 5 or 6 years or so.
Nice. Is that how long you've been serious about it?
Yeah, well, that's as long as I've been playing. But yeah, I got into it because I was pretty serious about it.
Nice. Yeah. And this is you just have one EP out right now?
That's right. Yeah, Plantation Road.
And that one came out. I remember you talking to me about it at the 806.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Well,
I don't even know.
It came out in May, so it's pretty fresh.
That sounds about right. Pretty fresh. All right, we're gonna go ahead and play Middle of Utopia for the intro. Got it.
Lock up your daughters.
Panty dropper.
Bell broke the recess, and 3 times as professed the gavel right before the rooster's call. The horn was blown, the drum was beaten in the top of every street. We swooned with the wounded at the wall.
Yeah.
And we said nothing but our prayers. But if someone's heard something, no.
Nice. Shut up. My laptop's making noise. But
Jingle jangle.
great song, man. Sounds good. Did you do some put something on your voice to make it echo?
Yeah, it's just like a basic echo thing.
Nice. So I don't know anything about that stuff, but that's cool, man. Sounds good.
Well, thanks.
Sounds like some Bob Dylan stuff.
Yeah, something like that.
I'll put a link for that onto his YouTube page. You got a lot of songs on here. I guess 6 songs?
Yeah, there's 6 on the EP.
Hell yeah, man. That's what's up.
There's a couple of live things on there, I think, too.
I saw those. I didn't know how the quality would be, so I didn't.
Nah, yeah, it's not
click
very
on
good quality.
Where all have you performed at?
Well, a very first performance I ever did. Well, besides I did a school talent show, but the very first time the place is 806.
Mm-hmm.
They've had that open mic for a long time, but I started out kind of there, and then I moved when I started performing kind of more. I mean, there was still just open mics and stuff, but it was more seriously.
Yeah.
Where I get up in front of people at places. It was in Phoenix. I played a handful of places there.
Nice.
I went to school there for a year. I got to be a statistic and drop out.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
It's hot as shit over there, right?
Yeah, fuck yeah, it is. Yeah, one time we went to California in June or July or some shit like that, and we went through Arizona at midnight, and it was 105 degrees.
Really?
Yeah, it sucked.
That sounds like a bitch, dude.
We were in a convertible, so it was a nightmare.
Is there just so you're driving to California?
Yeah, we did that.
Is there a huge desert area where there's nobody you got to drive through?
Well, I mean, there are highways and stuff, so I don't really remember. We were all probably whacked out of our minds, but the driver was not, of course.
That's always good.
But yeah. Then when you get to California from Arizona, when you're going into California, the gas is $5.50 a gallon.
Yeah, fuck California.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Fuck you and your no straw having asses.
No what? Oh, straws. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Save the turtles.
Yeah. Well, we gotta have turtles around.
Maybe. Do we?
Yeah.
They're dinosaurs. They're the last dinosaurs left, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe birds. I don't know how it works.
Crocodiles.
Crocodiles, too.
Yeah.
Komodo dragons.
And chickens.
Oh, yeah, chickens, too.
Yeah, chickens are dinosaurs.
Chickens are savage as fuck, man.
Yeah, they are. They'll get you.
Hell yeah. So, how long you went to, what's University of Arizona?
Arizona State.
Arizona State.
Yeah, that was...
I feel like that was the #1 party school. I don't know if it still is.
It was, yeah. When I was there, they started cleaning all this shit up, though. They got rid of, because they used to have, the frat or whatever row on campus. That was all torn down. They tore that shit down. And then the cops there, they're like Canyon cops there. They're assholes.
Really?
Yeah, they're very, very, barely anything. They were...
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We used to smoke pot in the bathrooms because it was 2 rooms and then a bathroom. I don't know. And we used to just like, yeah, we'll just like, turn the shower on and like put a towel. I don't know how the fuck we never got popped for that.
That's awesome.
Because you'd always see cops up and down the hall.
Really?
Fucking, yeah.
Damn, why didn't y'all smoke outside? Were they outside too?
We can, yeah, man. That's even worse. My very first night there, I fucking woke up the next morning, somebody's bathroom floor. Like, that was a crazy ass place. But no, I didn't even smoke pot then, really.
Really?
But yeah, we went and somebody was like, yeah, we're going to go smoke on top of I know this place, man. You know how those fucking guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we went and like they were all smoking weed. And then all of a sudden the fucking cops came, like immediately.
Damn.
They all like lined us up and shit. There was like a dozen people though. So, well, we're just going to let you go tonight. Like ran all our licenses and shit. That was they cracked down hard on
At least they let you
Arizona
go.
State. Yeah, they did.
That sounds like a fun place, man. How was Phoenix? How'd you like it?
It was all right, but I don't know. At the end of the day, like everywhere is the same.
Really?
We all got Target. We all got Walmart.
That's true.
You know
That's
what I
true.
mean? So, but
Shout
yeah,
out to Target.
yeah, they're a sponsor of this podcast.
Yeah. Target practice.
That's right.
Just go in there and type in my discount code. You can get 10% off all your purchases at Target.
Yeah, you fucking shill. That's like everybody's favorite word now, shill.
I can't wait to sell out. What's shill mean?
Yeah.
Does
Like
that mean sell out?
yeah. Well,
Okay.
it's like dude, we know the CIA came and talked to you. You fucking shill. Yeah. So
Like a snitch?
I guess no. It means somebody pays you to act a certain way.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
So we are looking to be shills. You shill makers out there,
Shill makers. And
come
you,
make us shills.
you said you played mics out there in Arizona?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they actually have an alright scene there, but like I didn't have shit at that time because I'd only been playing for like 2 years,
Oh, yeah.
so I just didn't have anything. But it was a learning. I had to pick my shit up in the gear, so that was nice.
I'm guessing the scene's a lot bigger. Is it harder to get on the mics and everything?
Not the open mics or anything, but
Nice.
I mean I don't even really know for sure. I just know people always tell me about it. Like, oh, Phoenix has a good music scene, and there are some venues where there's been like pretty bigger bands that come out of there and stuff. I mean, don't ask me to name any. Like, I don't know.
That's
Okay.
dope, though.
But yeah. But Phoenix is pretty cool.
I was talking to a comic from Phoenix on Facebook. They have quite a few mics there, but then the mics, like, no one's paying attention. So it's like,
Yeah, that's true.
it's better and it's worse at the same time. Same thing with, like, New York City. Like, they have a ton of mics, but the only people that go are other comedians.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
All the comedians from places like here, they're like, oh yeah, we'll go to New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then it's like, oh yeah, you should have just stayed here.
Yeah. It's part of an internal struggle. I think I got to go to LA. Like, I was going to go to, like, San Antonio, Houston,
Yeah.
but I might as well just go to the top place first, you know?
Yep.
Fuck it.
Sink or swim.
Exactly.
Better learn how to swim. Yeah. I'm thinking about moving to Austin, and that's what everybody tells me. There's some like bad. Plus, there's like 2,000 bands that play every night.
Wow.
Like, I mean, there's that. It's like the live music capital of the world. So yeah, you better get your shit in line if you're gonna compete down there
For
or
sure.
LA, like comedy. Like,
But then again, I feel like because there's so many that there's a lot of like garbage, you know? There's a lot of bullshit.
that's true, yeah. but there's going to be like a equivalent, right? So let's say like 20% of them are like pretty good,
Mhm.
and then 80% of them are shitty, like just across the board in anything.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
that 20% is much bigger there, like So
Mhm.
that's the
Mhm.
thing.
Very
Kinda
true.
like, yeah,
Competitive.
That's-
AF.
That's good though, because there's not much here. If you're a country singer,
Mhm.
there's plenty of shit. Because I don't know, you got to sound the same but different.
Yeah, that's true. And you're one of the younger guys doing it. So I feel like most of the music scene here is in their 50s
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah, like a lot of the guys, like I'll talk to them, I'll try to ask, like, oh, I'm thinking about moving to Austin or maybe go to Nashville, and they're usually the guys that went and didn't go anywhere,
Mhm.
so they're kind of like bitter. They're like, yeah, well, Austin's like, you have to like know somebody. Like, oh, all right, well, so that's why you're here? I don't know.
Yeah, they gave up on their dreams, man.
Something like
That's
that.
really what that means.
Maybe their dreams gave up on them.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
Who knows? It
Yeah.
ain't. I'm worried about this guy in this chair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same. Fuck them.
Exactly.
They don't know.
Exactly.
They ain't you.
I try.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
But yeah.
Yeah, you working on? How often do you write new songs?
Well, I write all the time, but
Mhm.
like when it comes down to like putting down a song, because there's like so many songs out there. Like so I really just try to keep general notes all the time and general ideas, and then someday an idea will come that seems like it's worth expanding on.
Mhm.
So then I'll just sit down and write that out and look through all my notes, see if I could find anything.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not like I used to when I was like first starting out, which you might be this kind of the same way. Like when you're doing comedy when it's new, well, for one, you can do no wrong, right?
Yeah.
So you do it all the time. Plus, it's a new thing, you've never done it before, so you're just thrilled to just write anything.
That's
So
very true.
I would write like because like I didn't do my fucking homework in class. Like, are you
Yeah.
kidding? So but I would I mean I could write 2 or 3 a day back then,
Fuck yeah.
but now like some of them I don't even want to admit how long they took me to write, like just because I'm a perfectionist or whatever. But yeah, I don't write many songs.
Mhm.
I try to condense them down to one.
That's smart, man. I try to, yeah, but like as you're saying, like I still feel like I'm brand new to it. So
Yeah.
every idea feels like a good idea, and I don't want to lose that because I know other people are like, oh, I have writer's block. You're gonna hit a wall eventually. You're gonna have writer's block, and I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like I'm not. That's the last thing I want to do. Like I'm afraid if I stop writing, then I will.
Yeah,
know?
yeah, that's true. I mean, you will have like writer's block. Like, I mean, I've always wanted to be a writer, period.
Yeah.
So like, I just started writing songs 4 or 5 years ago, whatever I said. But yeah, you're gonna absolutely have writer's block. It's not really writer's block. It's like you're just gonna write shitty things for a while.
Mhm.
But like you said, you keep doing it. Like all of
Yeah.
a sudden it'll just work itself out.
That's the thing, man. That's why. Yeah, you listen to Joey Diaz's podcast.
Yeah.
He always talks about like even if he doesn't have any material to write down, he just starts writing about his day.
Yeah.
I was like, that's great. Like I don't write every day, but I write often. Some days I just don't. Some days I just take a day off. But
Yeah, well, it's like gym, like, you know, like there was a time I got really into working out and I went for like 28 days straight. That's no good.
Yeah,
Like
that's
you're not
intense.
supposed to do that. I mean, I wasn't, you know, I'm no athlete or nothing,
Yeah.
but I mean, you know, just swimming. I used to like to swim a lot. I
Mhm.
do that and then like, you know, lift weights a little bit. But like, that's no go. You got to give that time to relax and to rest.
that's
And
true.
one thing I picked up was like, well, the thing with like covering songs, that's a good idea. I mean, a musician can kind of do that. If you look at like all the really great songwriters, like they've covered like hundreds of songs before they wrote. Like, you know, I think that's important. But one thing I picked up from it was Hunter S. Thompson, you know,
Mhm.
the writer guy or whatever,
Yeah.
back in the day. He said that one time he actually sat down and he wrote down I think it was like The Sun Also Rises, Ernest Hemingway's book, and The Great Gatsby. He wrote he put them like on a stand and he typed them out. He typed out both of those books in their entirety just to get the feel of it. Like, you know what I mean? What does it feel like to write a great work or something?
That's
So
intense.
I kind of do that. Like I'll lyrics or something,
Yeah.
like songs. I'll just write out a bunch. If I don't have any ideas, I find that to be
That's cool. I like that. I like how like in music, like you can cover, but like you can't cover jokes. You know what I mean? Like I want to be like,
yeah.
this is a Chris Rock joke, and then just do like 10 minutes of Chris Rock.
Yeah, no, it just wouldn't work. Like you can kind. Did you ever watch that Talking Funny or whatever on HBO? It was like a 40-minute thing. It was Louis C.K., Chris Rock,
Was
Jerry
it-
Seinfeld.
Were they all like sitting around a table?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They
think
were just shooting the shit.
I watched one with Bo Burnham on it, and it had Ray Romano.
Oh yeah, okay.
Is that his name? Bo Burnham. Yeah.
Bill Burr.
No, Bo
Burnham.
Burnham.
Yeah, I know that guy.
And then it had Ray Romano and Mark Maron on it.
Okay.
I think it was a series, right? If I'm thinking of the right thing.
I don't think. I think this was just like a one-time thing.
Oh, okay. Then never mind.
I don't know, but no, it's pretty cool. I mean, you'd like it, but they were just shooting the shit about comedy, like it was like an HBO thing, and they were talking about I don't even remember where I was going with that. Oh yeah, Jerry Seinfeld. He said that which Jerry is a different kind of a thing, but like, because you know he's very kind of like contrived, like in a good way, but you know, like he gets the technical
Mhm.
part of the joke down. But yeah, he said that he used to cover jokes like Louis C.K. jokes and stuff like that, make them his own. But
Really?
I don't know. That's Jerry Seinfeld. Like,
That's interesting. Because
But-
like when Louis, like if you watch old clips of Louis, He's very Jerry Seinfeld-esque,
Oh yeah.
like his old material.
Oh yeah, probably yeah, because they're both very technical.
Yeah,
in there.
I think he kind of was like a big influence on him.
Yeah, I think you said he used to open for him back in the day.
Mhm.
Back in the day.
It's pretty great. No, I actually have, now that I looked it up, Talking Funny. I've watched clips of it. I don't know if I've seen the
Oh,
whole
okay.
thing. But yeah, that shit's funny. Ricky Gervais is on it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, that guy's pretty fucking funny. I remember his thing on the Oscars or whatever, because he hosts or something like whatever, one of those shows like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did it like several years in a row. He just talked shit on all the celebrities and stuff that were
Yeah,
there.
it's the original Michael Scott.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name was in the British version.
oh yeah. I just said yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. But The Office.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's the
yeah.
original Office
Yeah, that's
character.
right, man. Like all of those guys in that little thing, Jerry Seinfeld, Ricky Gervais, Louis C.K. and Chris Rock. Like those guys are all like pioneers.
Yeah, those
They
are
all like
legends.
yeah, they are like because if you notice like the shows on TV, like all of them are like The Office now, or
Mhm.
not all of them, but a lot of them, like Modern Family. Like Parks and Recreation.
Yeah,
You know, it's that mockumentary thing.
Mockumentary, exactly.
Yeah, so he kind of was a pioneer in that.
even like Trailer Park Boys was a, was
Yeah.
a mockumentary. That's funny.
Yeah, I'm really bad. I don't watch much TV. I'm bad with the TV shows. But
I don't anymore. I just watched Jim Jeffries special. Have you watched him?
Jim, the Australian guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that guy.
He's funny as
Yeah, he
shit.
is pretty funny.
I had
like
no
that
idea
guy.
how funny he was till I watched his special. He had a really good bit on Bill Cosby, and I just
Oh,
laughed. I laughed so hard. And then I watched Burt Kreischer Friday.
Oh yeah,
He crushed it.
Burt Kreischer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out there.
The
Van Wilder,
machine.
man. The OG
Yeah.
Van Wilder.
I didn't realize that was actually based on a real person.
I know, that's crazy. It's based off of him.
Yeah.
Man, that's wild.
No, his shit was super funny. I didn't know if it was gonna be that good, but it was really good.
Yeah, I've never seen the stand up. I've seen him on like Rogan's thing
Mhm.
and all that.
Yeah, I really just know him from podcasts. Like I watched a little bit of a stand up before, but I didn't really get into it. But that special like blew
I'll
it
have
out of
to-
the water.
I'll have to check it out.
Definitely.
Netflix.
Yeah.
That's where all the kids are going these days.
Netflix and chill. Joey Diaz is supposed to have a special. I don't know when, but he
Yeah.
recorded it.
Yeah, I don't think he likes that.
Yeah, he was talking down on it.
Yeah, he's like the kind of guy where it's like in the moment kind of a
Mhm.
thing. Like he's not like, or like we talk about Jerry Seinfeld, where Jerry Seinfeld you can tell like he's worked out every single movement.
Yeah.
But Joey's like a jazzy type. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
just goes with the flow. Like
And I
both.
like Joey a lot, but
I do too.
I can't really sit down and listen to his stand up.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of like it's just kind of like what I was saying. Like he's like a
Yeah.
jazz type of thing where you have
Yeah.
to be there.
Yeah, you
like,
got to be in the room.
Or if he was sitting there right now, like it would be badass because
It'd
he
be
has
fucking
to.
hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. We would just have to shut up.
Have you heard him rant during the national anthem?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I played it-
Yeah,
played it
yeah. And
before.
the Chaz. What's his last name?
Sotelo.
So Chaz Sotelo. Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to Chaz.
Shout out, boy. Isn't that
Yeah.
a rap thing? I don't know.
Something like that. Yeah, he used to be a rapper.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Chaz is funny as shit.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit. So how long have you been doing comedy?
I think like 15 months.
15 months. Nice.
Yeah.
So you about a year and a
April
half?
27th.
almost?
Almost a year and a half, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're going to try to set up a tour if we can.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know how much money and everything is going to be, but try to go through like Oklahoma and Arkansas for
Try-
the first tour and then go south. Or maybe go to
Tri-state
Colorado.
area.
Yeah.
That's right. Now, I really want to set up something like that too. I don't know if you're anything like me. I know how to do like one thing. Like I only know how to do the songs. Like I don't know, like having to call people and like I'm bad at all that.
No,
Social media, I'm bad at all
You
that.
just got to do it. That's all it is.
It is.
Nothing
Yeah.
special.
Yeah. Like do you have like are you gonna like book gigs or are you just gonna go around and do open mics?
I
Or?
know Skylar knows comics in Oklahoma
Oh, okay.
and Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
I know some in like Colorado. But yeah,
That's nice.
it's really just like people we know that are gonna be like, hey, let us open up. And they'll be like, all right, yeah, we got this day available.
Yeah,
And we just
That's the cool thing about comedy is like comedy, like yeah, there are different styles and everything like that. You know, there's a whole vast, spectrum or whatever.
Mhm.
But like so but you're just comedians, like, so.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, come on, you can come do a set at my thing, like, but like the music thing, it's all kind of divided. I mean, not in a bad way, but it's just like a hip hop thing is hip hop, and then like a country thing is a country thing, like, so you have to kind of pick your venues more. But comedy is kind of cool in the sense that it's all just comedy.
Yeah, that's a good point. And like the comedy community is pretty supportive as far as I've seen anyway.
Yeah, you guys are in a renaissance, like, for reals.
Renaissance. I like the way you put that.
Yeah. It's
I
like,
feel that though.
like I've heard, like, what you probably heard on these podcasts, they talk about how the 80s was kind of like that, the mid 80s or whatever.
Mhm.
But the difference is back then you had to wear a suit and all that.
Yeah.
You had to go on.
Back then you had to try to get on the late show.
Yeah.
Now nobody gives
Screw
a fuck about
that.
late shows.
Yeah.
Honestly, podcast is the new late show.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's much better.
More people listen to the Joe Rogan Experience than like every late show put together.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't he get like literally like 1 billion downloads or some shit like that?
It's a ridiculous
It's like a
number.
ridiculous number. Yeah, it's
I
huge.
couldn't even ballpark it.
Yeah, that's but the cool thing is like Joe Rogan, it's not like he like did that. It's not like, you know, Colbert where he inherits the Tonight Show or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that show is just it's gonna get millions of people just period, just because it's like establishment or whatever.
For sure.
But Joe Rogan, like, when he was starting out, it was just like this.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we were just sitting here in an apartment just chilling.
Yeah,
like,
he
you know,
started out in his house.
Yeah, just I remember his little couch and all that, his beanbag chair, all that
Good
stoner
times.
shit.
Hell
I
yeah.
remember some of the really. I went back and watched like some of the very first ones, and like they have like bubbles on the effect. Like, you know, it was real like cheapy kind of shit.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I haven't looked up the video, but I went back and I listened to the audio on his very first episodes.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. His first sponsor was Fleshlight.
Yeah, for a
It's
while.
hilarious.
That is funny. Yeah. Yeah, I guess he would hand those things out like,
Probably.
like, here, you want a
man.
fleshlight?
No, that's cool.
That is cool.
And he's like a great interviewer too. So
Yeah, he really is. I think he's kind of, well, he's obviously not underrated, obviously, but I don't think people think of him as a great interviewer. Like, you know, like people think like Barbara Walters, like that's, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
they
yeah.
think of her as an interviewer or whatever, or like Charlie Rose, but like they don't think of Rogan. But yeah, he really is, and it's so organic. Like he just pulls information out of people, like very like organically.
for sure, he's supposed to have Roseanne on eventually.
No kidding. Yeah, I think he should.
I want to hear what she has to say.
He's gonna be slipping her Ambien and be like, all right,
Let's talk about it.
let's do it. What about you? Have you ever taken Ambien?
I have not taken Ambien.
Yeah,
I've taken
that's-
quite a few things, but not Ambien.
Yeah,
no.
that's good. Me neither.
I've never had
Yeah.
trouble. Well, I've had trouble sleeping, but not like habitually.
Yeah,
Is
just
that
get
the
some,
right word?
Yeah.
Consistently.
get some just melatonin.
Yeah,
Like just chill.
Sometimes I'll just lay awake at night with too much energy, but that's like it's not really a problem. It just happens.
Yeah, I
every once in a
know.
while.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a creative thing. I think night owl type of.
Mm.
You night owl?
I can be, yeah.
Yeah, I'll stay up for way too long. I'll stay up. Yeah, I used to stay up all the time, like through the night.
Mm.
Yeah, but I can't do that shit anymore.
Yeah, I can't really either. Sometimes I just get good ideas, or I'll just be laying in bed and I'll have like a random question, and then I'll Google it, and then I'll watch
Yes.
something on YouTube.
Yeah, that's a rabbit hole.
It does happen, man.
Yeah, I saw something. It was like a meme or whatever, and it was they said what was it? Said last night I made the kids turn off the TV and we played board games like it was the 50s, and now I know everybody was an alcoholic. I was like, yeah, exactly. Like, you think about that, like you were saying, like you could be up at night and then just go on Google or Wikipedia or whatever and just go down these, or YouTube, and just go
Yeah.
for hours and hours of like you never ever get to the bottom of anything. But like now, or back then, like before they had that shit, you just had to be bored for like
Yeah, that's true.
bore yourself to sleep.
You just had to accept the fact that you didn't know shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like I can't even imagine that. It's not even, I don't even know if that's the case. You just accept you didn't know. I just think you just whatever little bit of information you got, you're like, okay, that's true.
hmm
Like now that's
yeah,
a fact.
You just had to accept it.
Yeah. So that's why everybody believed all kinds of stupid shit.
That is crazy, and
Yeah.
especially when they come out with like every day on the news, new study shows this causes cancer, and then
Oh,
like
yeah.
6 months later, actually, it's super healthy for you.
Yeah.
It's like they're just quoting studies that aren't even real studies. Like you can't replicate the studies that they do, and they're just like, well, we're gonna shoot this information out because it sounds fucking cool.
Yeah, that's because like their job is like pointless now. Like you know what I mean with the internet. Like so these journalists and stuff like that. Like they aren't the first ones to break anything anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
so now it's like this podcast. Like, do you hear about blah blah blah? You know, like it's just guys talking and we put it up there and people listen. How many listens does this thing get?
It's like fragmented over like 3 or 4 or 5 platforms. But Podbean usually gets the most. I usually get like 25 plays on there, and then I'll
Nice.
get like 10 to 15 on SoundCloud, and then a few on Spotify. And I can't really check iTunes or Stitcher. I don't know how to check either one of those. There's a thing called Castbox I'm also on, but I don't know how to check the stats on that either. So I'll just say about 20.
20, yeah,
20 an
that's-
episode.
That's probably more than I've got right now. I check because like you have like the music distributor or whatever, and it like you like well the same thing with this podcasting where it just splits it all up, but then it like consolidates all of the information together. And I looked on it the other day. I've made like 76 cents, like
Hell yeah.
altogether. Yeah, but it's just funny. Like I get like you're like oh you got 12 streams. Like
That's almost
funny.
$1.
it is. Yeah,
More than I'm making, man.
no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, the podcast. You have a sponsor?
I've got my first sponsor, but it's like a
sponsor.
friend's company.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like a legit, like, I heard your pod, it's just
Right.
like the homie helping me out. But he's also helping me make shirts. Shout out to No Third Lane. Go to nothirdlane.com. It is
Nice.
a lifestyle brand. Makes clothing.
Clothes, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
And 10% of the proceeds go to help pay for scholarships. So
Nice.
check it out. N3L. It's actually a really cool logo. I'm
Yeah, I'll
excited
have
because
to
he's going to
check
help
it
us
out.
design some Yellow City comedy shirts.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And he's got like a team of designers. So it's pretty legit.
Nice. How's the Yellow City going?
It's pretty good. I'm running the Instagram
Okay.
account, so
I just got an
That's fun.
Instagram today.
hell yeah.
I'm jumping on the thing.
Instagram's fun, man. I used to not like it at all because I was like, why do I need to take pictures of myself?
Yeah.
But then I started doing stand up, and I was like, all right, it's actually pretty cool. And then I just started following a shit ton of comedians and a bunch of like memes, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
See a lot of funny shit.
Yup.
Yeah, 'cause I have like a Twitter, and like I don't follow anybody.
Mhm.
And then I have like 30 followers, so I don't know.
Nice.
It's like dead on there.
Yeah, I'm not allowed on Twitter anymore. so-
Yeah, you told me about that. Yeah, that's funny. What was you said some shit? I remember your tweets. Like I
Yeah.
understand those guys. Like they don't like that kind of shit.
Mhm.
They want you to walk the line, their little line.
For sure.
Yeah. So, fuck all that.
Yeah, I usually disagree with whatever is like
Yeah.
popular right now.
Exactly. You kind of need to because like how many of those people really think that? Like most of them are just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
Yeah.
I don't think Hollywood is really that liberal. I think they just like, well, the people that are paying me think this, so I'm gonna think
Yeah.
this way. You know,
I think that's the truth.
it all seems very superficial.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you just sit them and then they say it's like blah or whatever, they say something, you're like, okay, well, what is that? Like, well, why or whatever.
Yeah,
Immediately you go like just that one question. Like they're like, well,
because you're a Nazi.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, they have nothing. Like it's funny. I mean, I have nothing. I mean, my
Yeah.
God, like all this shit that I probably think.
Mhm.
Like if you were to press me, I'd be like, oh well, I don't know. I mean, you
Well,
know.
there was something on Facebook where this guy was like, black people still don't have the opportunity to be as successful as their white counterparts. And I was like, I think in 2018 they do. And then he was like, no, they don't. And I was like, all right, well, give me an example of a law that's keeping a black guy from not being as successful as a white guy. And he couldn't come up with anything. So he just ended up calling me racist. And I was just
Yeah.
like, dude, you're retarded.
Yeah, it's true. Oh yeah, yeah. It's I mean, like you hear that, or like I remember Bill Burr had a little clip where some lady behind it after a show was like, it's like, so tell me, can women be funny? And she already
Oh,
knew
yeah.
what she wanted him to say.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, oh, well, you know, quit bitching. Just like, just go and just be funny. Like it's true. Like in 2018, you ain't got nothing.
That is
Okay.
true, man. That video was funny too.
Yeah, it was.
Just like, just go up there and crush it. If go up there and kill it harder than anybody else.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are anymore. Like it really doesn't.
Not at all.
But I mean, But yeah, but we live here in Texas. There are absolutely still racists around. I can definitely say that much. But I mean, all you have to do is make them say one racist thing and they're over. So you know what I mean. So like, it's not really that. I mean, we got that shit nipped in the bud.
Yeah. I mean, there's always gonna be racism. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere.
Nah.
But
Louis had a little bit or whatever. He said racism someday. It'll be gone. It's illogical, right? There's no logic behind it. So one of these days it'll be gone. And he said sexism is going nowhere. And he's kind of right. It's just like two different species almost. But yeah, it's pretty funny. I don't know. I don't mean to get into this shit.
Sexism,
racism.
Sexism's fun.
Yeah, it is. I think both sides can agree to that. Because
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way.
No,
I just like sexist jokes.
No, yeah, I just like jokes.
Yeah.
There don't even have to be any isms to them. Just any kind of a joke. Jokes reveal the truth.
They do.
Kinda.
Sometimes. All the time.
So what about what about music? What kind of music you listen to? Like rap, hip hop?
I listen to a lot of hip hop. I was just trying to get into this new Alice in Chains album.
Okay.
I'm still only like 3 tracks in.
Alice in Chains.
Yeah, and right now like I'm struggling to listen to as much music as I used to because it's between like listening to podcasts, listening to music. So podcasts are kind of taking over my life, really.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of podcasts. There's just anything under the sun, like, because I always consider the podcasts like just the ones that do, like this one where we just bullshit. Like I like those. It's kind of like being in a bar or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like sitting at the bar and just hearing people shoot the shit. Like it's kind of like an escape kind of a thing. You know what I mean? You can kind of relax.
Like an unedited conversation where you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, but then you go to or you can go listen to something like, well, even like a Tim Ferriss where it's kind of the same thing, but he's asking like questions about the creative process or whatever. Or you can listen to like the Dan Carlin thing where it's like this history lesson.
Yeah.
You know,
those are long as shit too.
Yeah, they are like 4 hours.
That's insane.
Yeah. There's lots of shit to talk about.
There really is, man. There's like murder, mystery podcasts. Yeah. There's everything.
I've even listened to a couple like the radio shows, like like the detective, the mystery, like the murder mystery thing, where it's like a production. It's like a movie without the picture. You know.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like history's repeating itself.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool. But I just like it because you can just put headphones in, or if you're driving around, like you can just listen to it all day.
You can listen to it at work. You can listen to it anywhere.
Audiobooks the same way. I have Audible, so
I need to get some audiobooks, man, because I have books. I just don't read them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's reading. Well, you remember all the posters in high school, or in school. They always talk about reading, and they're right. But I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. But
talk about reading, like what?
Well, I don't even know. I'm sorry I even brought that up. I don't know where I was going with that.
Oh, those reading posters, man.
Yeah. But no. Anyway, Audible's pretty cool because if you have like an account, like it's like $10 a month or whatever, you get a free audiobook every month.
Nice.
So you can.
That's exciting.
You get a lot more reading done without having to read.
I got Jordan Peterson's book. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I discovered him on the Joe Rogan podcast, and then I just started looking up his lectures. But I'm only in like chapter 4 of his book because I set it down and I haven't opened it up again. But
which one did you get?
12 rules, 12 steps.
12 steps.
I think it's 12 rules for life.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I haven't read that one. I read his the Maps of Meaning book. Mm-hmm. It's very, very, very. It's like too intellectual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like it's very, very dense. But then at the end of it, like I understand why he wrote it because he's an academic. So, but at the end it could probably be better. All of the points he's trying to make would be better in something like 12 Rules of Life. Like, you know what I mean? It's just too dense. Like, so, but I haven't read the 12 Rules of Life, but I watched a couple of his lectures about that book. So,
His
good.
lectures are really interesting.
So I feel like I can say I read it
Yeah.
without having to read it.
Maybe so, man. Maybe I've seen enough of his YouTube clips that it counts.
Exactly. No, I pretty much watched all of his, he has the biblical series. I listened to all of those.
I've been meaning to do that.
Those are pretty interesting. I remember the very first one he did, he starts with Genesis, and he says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And then he goes on for like 2 hours about that one thing. And he said, well, that's all the time I have. Like, you know what I mean? He goes so into depth with just that one sentence. Like,
yeah, he does that shit, man.
So yeah, it's really, really interesting.
I like the way he says God.
God. Yeah, and drama. Yeah, a Canadian. So one time I had a dream one time, and it was like I was like watching one of his things, like an interview or whatever, and I remember his face was beet red, and he said, "I am a bloody genius," like that.
Bloody.
Yeah, he
bloody
says
a
that.
lot.
But I remember I woke up, and you know how like you remember a dream, but you don't remember it was a dream. I was like, did he really say that? Like, I was like, I'm never listening to that guy ever again. If he said that, I'm a bloody genius.
Have you ever seen those super clips they do of the Joe Rogan podcast?
Like the compilation things?
Yeah, where they just make them look crazy.
Oh, yeah, where they like snip things together. They stitch things together. Yeah, those are funny. I was watching one. I don't remember which one, but yeah, those are hilarious.
Yeah, there's one where he's like talking about monkeys with Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen. It's funny as fuck because they look terrified and he's just going.
Yeah, he's crazy. I remember, like he'll just go off all of a sudden. Like it doesn't matter what he's talking about. All of a sudden, you'll get into. He'll be like, "Did you ever see the video of jaguars eating DMT?" Like, you know what I mean? It's funny. Yeah, he'll bring up a. It always goes back to jaguars and linguine and clams. He always talks about that too.
That's funny.
But yeah.
This is Joe Rogan's entire being condensed into 19 seconds. Have you seen this? It's funny. If it plays.
We put like a monetary value on actual life itself. Wow. It's just such a strange concept.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy accidentally hit that moose with his car?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Jamie, pull that video.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically how it goes.
I did see that. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, he gets super deep, and then he just talks about
a moose getting hit by a car.
Animals ripping off penises or, whatever.
Yeah, he talks about how big 8 balls are.
Good stuff.
It is good stuff. But
I watched, did you listen to the Neil deGrasse Tyson one?
Yeah,
the latest
I did.
one? That was interesting.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that guy's funny, though, because he gets a lot of shit, like, because he'll say things like, he'll say something, and it's, like, this profound thing, but you're like, I think we all kind of know that.
No, I totally, misjudged the guy, because I thought he'd be, like one of those pretentious, well, actually, one of those guys.
Yeah.
But then, I listened to him on the podcast. He's a really cool dude.
Yeah, he really is. He's just, all of those guys like that, anybody who's really good at what they do, they're all chill. You have to be.
That makes sense.
Yeah, there's other famous physicist, Michio Kaku. He used to have shows on Nat Geo. Yeah, he is.
Michio
Kaku. No, I mean he's American, but he's Asian. But yeah, that guy's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. This guy, he's a old physicist, but Richard Feynman. That guy, you have to check him out.
Michio Kaku looks familiar, though. I think I might have seen him before.
Yeah, he had stuff on Discovery Channel, History Channel, stuff like that. So
nice.
Yeah, that guy's pretty cool. He has books and all that, books.
Books, I've heard of them. I'm familiar with those old things.
Those old things that make me sleepy.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna try to start reading eventually.
What are you gonna start reading?
The rest of that Jordan Peterson book.
Yeah.
I also have a book from Gary Vaynerchuk I was gonna get into.
I don't know what that is.
He's this entrepreneur guy that says fuck all the time.
Oh, okay.
He's really big on Oh, you're not really on social media,
No.
but he gives a bunch of free advice out to people who are like trying to like follow their dreams and start a business and shit.
Oh, okay.
He's very motivational.
What about Jocko? You listen to him?
Jocko, I like Jocko a lot.
I like Jocko a lot too.
I haven't gotten into his podcast, but like
His podcast is really cool because like he'll pick like a book or whatever, and he'll read passages out of it. I mean, it's always about war though.
yeah,
But
it's like the manliest man on the planet.
yeah, like seriously.
He gets up every day at like 4:20, like 4:23 or something. I don't know. Every morning on Instagram, he takes a picture of his watch. He's like, "Time to start the day."
Yeah. Yeah, he was on Theo Vaughn's podcast.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, but it's just funny because like that's two completely different people. Like,
Yeah, I didn't expect him to be on there at all.
Yeah, Theo's like, yeah, one time I took mushrooms, and Jocko's like, yeah, yeah.
That guy's intense.
Yeah, those special ops guys like that. Those guys are all intense.
Makes sense. Do you know Tim Kennedy? Is that his name?
Yeah, he's a fighter,
Yeah,
right?
that guy does everything. He's like Green Beret.
Yeah,
He did UFC.
yeah. You don't want to. Those guys out there exist, man.
Yeah.
Like, you start feeling good, you're like, yeah, what, and then all of a sudden you see somebody like that, you're going, shit, like, you feel like you're about 2 feet tall.
Yeah, that guy's a monster. He's like,
Yeah.
I feel like he can do anything. And I follow him on Instagram. He's like in a different country every day doing some type of tactical shit. I don't even know.
Tactical shit.
Jumping out of planes and
Oh, yeah.
climbing trees and I don't know what else.
You ever done that? You ever skydived?
No, I'd like to.
Yeah, me too. I want to skydive. I want to bungee jump.
I don't know.
wanna-
I think I want to skydive before I feel like if I bungee jump, I'm going to hit my head on the bridge.
Yeah.
I don't know.
man. Hopefully they have some regulations there that people aren't getting their heads hit
You
on
know they
bridges.
zip lining. Someone was saying, my boss was telling me that they don't regulate zip lining. Like there's no type of
Oh.
regulations I have to follow. So like if the guy didn't check the rope today, you might be fucked. And it's like, okay, well, I'm 230 pounds. I'm probably not ever gonna zip line.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the South Park, the zipline episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how to
Never
me.
should have gone zip lining.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how I feel like it's gonna be. Like I remember one time we went to like Niagara Falls. You ever go to those places like that, like Niagara Falls or like
No,
those?
I'd like to.
Well, like those, but like the thing is like they're all like that South Park episode. Like you know
Mhm.
what I mean? It's all like yeah, stand in line. We're gonna do a tour.
All
And then-
overhyped.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then it's all watered down. Like
And there's
so-
always some guy going, long story short.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember on that South Park episode, they were walking like, okay, we're gonna get to the zip line here in just a little bit, but first, is anybody want to know what kind of tree this is? Does anybody want to know? Anybody? And then some guy raises
I'd
his
like to
hand.
know.
Yeah.
Shocker, bro.
That's what I mean. Like, I just don't want to have to these tourists and stuff like that. So
Oh man, I miss South Park.
yeah. Oh yeah, I haven't. I guess they have. I guess they make new ones.
Oh, yeah, I need to go get Hulu.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have a TV or anything, so I don't have a.
I want to watch the newest season of Always Sunny also.
Oh, yeah, do they still do that?
Yeah, there's like the last season now. Dennis isn't on there.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, that show is so dark, so like I guess blue humor or whatever, the black humor.
Yeah, man.
It's hilarious.
Those are probably like my two favorite shows right now.
South Park and Always
And
Sunny.
Always Sunny.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Archer?
I watched a little bit. I didn't get into it. I know I would like it. I just haven't put the time in to watch it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty hilarious.
And I like the guy who does the voiceover too. I know it's a good show. I just haven't. Same with Bob's Burgers. Like I know it's a good show. I just haven't put the time in to focus on it. You know.
Yeah, to me, it's like watching TV. It just takes too much time.
It really
Like,
does.
It really burns your time away.
Mhm.
So
I feel the
just
same
try
way.
not to. I try to stay away from that.
Like I could be at the gym, or I could be writing,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
I could be podcasting.
Yeah, I like to. I keep a consistently consuming material. I find that
Mhm.
important. If you're a creative type or whatever, I'm always trying to like consume books or whatever. You know,
That's a
the
good
audio
point.
books and music too. I think
Definitely.
but if you're just kind of sitting there, that's one thing about podcasts is I'll get really into podcasts and then I'm like, wait, what am I doing here? Like I'm sitting here listening to people have a conversation. Like I should be out having a conversation.
Yeah, that's
But-
true.
But no, it's
But you can you can actually gather a lot of knowledge from a podcast, more so than anything on Netflix, unless it's like educational, I guess, some sort of documentary. But
yeah, documentaries are a terrible place to get information though.
That's a good point,
They
man.
it's always well, it has to be entertaining. So that right there, like, it has to. But the
Yeah.
podcast is cool because you get some lecture
Mhm.
or whatever, like a Jordan Peterson or whatever, and knows all
For
this
sure.
stuff, and he's done it for years and years. Or you get some scientists on there, and then you sit down with them for 3 hours. So not only are you getting a lot of information, you're getting insight.
Mhm.
You're not just getting
Yeah.
but you're getting insight, and then too you get to hear it from somebody who is very interested in
Mhm.
it. So it makes you interested in it.
Definitely. That's what I love Joey, because he sits there
Yeah.
and he talks about the struggle. He talks about like just bombing for 10 years straight and like not having money, making $500 a week and just fucking struggling his whole career.
Yeah, that
And
guy
just to
is
see where he's at now.
he is the most street smart comedian like out there. Like that guy's the
Definitely.
real deal, like a criminal or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Like,
That's funny. He went to became a comedian in prison. There was another guy who did that. I
Yeah.
can't remember his name. He had a
oh
he had a bit he did on This Is Not Happening, where he's like Mexican guy on boots. What's that dude's name? And he did a whole special inside of jail. I'll think of it later.
I know-
Ali
I
Sadiq.
I know what you're. Ali Sadiq.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was on Joey's thing or something.
Yeah, he
I think
was.
I think I heard that.
Because he was talking about taking pills to lose weight. And I was just like, that doesn't sound healthy at all. But apparently he just popped a bunch of like pills and he lost like 30 pounds.
Yeah, well, it's like somebody's like, yeah, I'm trying to lose some weight, so I started doing cocaine. It's like, oh yeah, well, good luck with that.
It works, man.
It
Adderall.
It definitely works. Yeah.
One of my friends was starving on Adderall before.
Oh, really?
I think he's like 2 years sober now, so.
Yeah, Adderall. Yeah, people don't understand. Adderall is meth. That's all it is.
Yeah, man.
Like, but man, you get some shit done on that.
Yeah, I did it a few times in college. And then my friends would do it, and they would just stay up and draw. And I'm just like, why the fuck are you not sleeping? Like, you have nothing to do. You have nothing to do tomorrow. You're just up for no fucking reason.
Yeah, I remember I sat down. I took Adderall once. I mean, I've taken it a couple times, but the very first time I did, I literally sat down and played guitar for like 8 hours straight. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
even kidding. Like, I remember the sun was coming up. Like when I
Mhm.
was like, oh my god, my fingers were all sore, cause like you just play, you just lock into whatever
Yeah.
you're doing.
Adderall's fun, but then I get that feeling in the pit of my stomach. It's like that feeling like when you're on like psychedelics, where it's like you don't want to like drink anything or eat any food.
Yeah.
It's just a weird feeling. I don't like the way my body feels that when it feels that way. I don't
Yeah.
even know how to describe it. And then like a couple times on Adderall, I've gotten like the runs really bad.
No.
So I'm just like, I don't want to do this ever again.
Yeah. It's, I haven't done Adderall in forever.
It gives me a weird feeling. I mean, I've had a couple good times.
But
Like-
it's not really about having a good time though on Adderall. Like if
That's
you're
a good
taking
point.
Adderall to have a good time, like yeah, man, we're gonna come over to my place. We're gonna party. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, and it's bring your own beer. No, we're just gonna take Adderall. We're gonna stay up for 3 days. Stay up for 3 days and clean my
That
apartment.
sounds terrible.
But yeah.
I bet I could get a lot of writing done. That'd be crazy.
Yes, yeah, that's when I ever took it, was to get some writing done, stuff like that.
I'm
Get a
gonna
lot
try
of
to
shit
do
done.
it.
And reading, you can read, like, you can just burn through shit.
I'll
when
go
you're-
perform on Adderall.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that.
How's everybody doing? How's everybody?
Yeah. You're up there tapping your toes.
That's funny as shit. No, like, I remember talking to my friends, like, when you're sober and they're on Adderall and they just, like, don't even breathe in between, like, words, in between sentences. They're just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hey, man, I was going to go to the store. And they're like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah, or like the cokehead talk. You ever been around a cokehead?
Oh, yeah,
Where
man.
they just don't shut up, and then their ego is like 4 times as bigger than usual, so they're all like talk about how they're gonna start a business.
Yeah.
Like, I know that sounds cliche, like you hear people say that, but it's so true.
Every time they do coke.
They're like, yeah, man,
That's me on mushrooms.
mushrooms, you're gonna start a business.
When I was on mushrooms, I was just like, man, I should just have more money. Like, I should just go find money.
I thought
and
that
take
too.
it.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, man, tomorrow I'm just gonna get up and I'm gonna put a lawnmower in my truck, and I'm just gonna go mow lawns, make money. Like, why do I gotta go clock in somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
And then you come to and you're like, yeah, what the fuck? Oh yeah, let's just go do that.
It sounded so good, you know.
Yeah, it does. These makes bad ideas sound great,
Definitely.
but it also makes great ideas sound bad too. It in a way, any kind of substance like that, like eating, makes
Mhm.
eating sound like a bad idea.
It does. It
Makes-
always does.
Makes drinking water sound like a bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Cocaine's
is,
not fun.
huh?
Cocaine's not fun.
No, yeah. No, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't messed around with that in years. Like, screw that. Which I never even really did it. And I've always been weary about that. Like, that's because like you know how that ends.
Yeah.
You know how it ends, and it doesn't even matter. Like, even if you're rich, like it doesn't matter. Like, you're gonna be poor. You're gonna go broke.
Yeah,
Or
it's
you're-
expensive, man.
Yeah, it's and yeah, you think
Fuck all that.
yeah, I'm 50 steps ahead of everybody.
You don't even know what you're snoring either, man.
No, yeah.
It reminds me of like that shit you spray on grass, that weed killer.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it smells like to me.
Roundup or
Yeah,
whatever.
it smells
yeah.
like Roundup. Like I have Roundup in my throat.
Yeah, yeah, like no joke though. Like you probably do. Oh yeah, it reminds me of the Pulp Fiction thing where she brings out she thinks it's coke and she snorts it and it's heroin.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you know, what I mean, that's real shit.
I've had
like,
a friend that's done that. It wasn't heroin though; it was meth. But still, that's some scary shit, man.
Yeah, screw that.
Like who you hanging out with that you got meth and coke on the same table?
Like, oh, whoops. Sorry, dude. Sorry, bro.
Wrong bag.
Yeah, I'll say.
No, that's scary.
Yeah, it is. I don't.
Because Adderall, I guess, is a hard drug, and coke's a hard drug. And I like to say I don't do hard drug, but I have done.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go over that.
No.
But I also used to say I'd never do coke. So
Well, honestly
Knock
though. Alcohol's a hard drug too.
yeah,
And, yeah.
definitely.
That's my thing. Out drinking's cool because like you know like we're at these bars and stuff all the
Mhm.
time. You know, if you want to go perform, you're at
Yeah.
a bar and like what are you gonna sit there and drink water?
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like
Yeah,
I don't
so-
want to. I don't want to go to your establishment and not get a beer because then I just feel
Yeah.
like, feel like a loiterer, you know.
Yeah. I
Unless
know.
it's 806, fuck y'all.
Oh yeah, I know they're $4. They're $4 hipster beers.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes they have $2, and I'll get it then. But like, I'm not gonna drop $5 on a beer from Austin
Yeah.
because it looks fancy.
Yeah, I know in their little fancy cans. So like yeah. So like, what kind of beers you got? And they're like, they just point, and it's
Yeah.
like all this weird shit. like oh yeah, I'm just I don't know. They're the Starfucker or whatever, whatever it is, you guys.
Oh yeah.
They, on their menu at 806, they have like all their shit, you know,
Mhm.
and then it says sweet tea or whatever, and then it says ha 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 ha. Like they're so like snobby, like you know what I mean? It's funny,
Yeah.
like the hipster thing. It's funny.
It's an interesting place, man.
I honestly really dig that place.
I like it a lot too. It's
I-
just like sometimes the crowd's so young.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was because they can get in. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but that's kind of a good thing though, because like you know, like at Smokey Joe's or something like that,
Mhm.
you play there, or like Whiskey River,
Yeah.
and it's like people, they're gonna respond maybe if you're good. If you're good,
Yeah.
they're gonna respond, but like they're not gonna be like mystified by it or anything. You know, so the younger crowds they actually get a little, they can
Yeah.
get really into it.
Like even if they don't like it, they're still paying attention.
Yeah, they have a good. But yeah, I've been going to 806 for a long time, since it's probably like in high school. I've actually written a lot of stuff there.
If I would have known it was there sooner, I would have been doing it this a long time ago.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were like any open mics in Amarillo, like back in the day. I didn't know until last April.
The 806 is the only one I ever knew about until I came back here from Phoenix, and then I play here. I've played pretty much all the open mics, I think.
Yeah, I think
There's-
so too.
I don't
think I have
there's. I don't think there's.
Have you performed at Fuzzy's yet?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I tried last Wednesday. Wednesday is like the big night for open mics because
Mhm.
there's you can play at 4 places.
Yeah, I went last Wednesday too.
Because Buster actually doesn't. I don't know if it's an open mic, but he plays every Wednesday at Rounders.
Mm.
So I always go there and he lets me play a little set.
We did a show at Round. Well, I didn't perform, but some traveling comics came through, and Skylar opened up for him at Rounders.
Oh no kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like to do that venue. Seems like a good venue. especially if people show up. But
Yeah, it's got a nice atmosphere. I like Rounders and Whiskey River though. Whiskey River has like the best sound setup.
yeah, whiskey's cool.
They have yeah, it's got a good atmosphere. That's the one thing. Yeah, they pretty much most of them have a pretty good atmosphere.
Yeah.
The only one like Smokey Joe's, I like it like because I used to go there during the winter time, and so they do it inside. And honestly, like I never really cared for it because it's a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like so there's like fluorescent lights. Like
Yeah.
it's like, but the outside one's really cool.
Yeah.
But the one there's another open mic which I don't think comedians would be. I don't know if they because it's like a family restaurant. So
Oh yeah.
But Cowboy Gelato.
Cowboy Gelato.
yeah,
I
that
need-
one's it's a tough one to play. Like because
Yeah.
it's but they're very receptive. Like they've actually I've actually played a few paying gigs there.
Really.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take some partially. I can't go full clean, but
Yeah.
some relatively clean material and go try it out there.
Yeah, you should. They do it on Thursdays.
Yeah, I walked in one time and I just saw like one guy playing and a whole family sitting down with 3 kids. I was like, yeah, it's probably not my spot.
Yeah, it's a tough crowd, man. But where's the other ones?
But
in
I
town?
gotta get all the mics I can.
Did you say there's anyone in Canyon that does one?
I've performed at Recreation, but it wasn't a mic. It was for adult trivia, and I sent them some of my YouTube videos,
Oh, okay.
and they let me perform like 15-minute intermission when they were like, because it was adult trivia, so they were like counting up the scores of everybody. So as they were counting up the scores, I was telling jokes, and I probably did like 20 to 30 minutes. So
Oh yeah,
it was a lot of fun. They were very responsive.
that's cool. Yeah, no, I think they need to have more stuff in Canyon just because it's a college town.
They definitely do. I think Joe Taco actually, people go play there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, someone told me to go talk to Joe Taco. I just haven't done it because I never go to Canyon.
Old Joe Taco.
Yeah, and then Palace Coffee. They used to have a mic. I don't know why they would stop having a mic because that's a great room.
Yeah. Yeah, have you ever gone to Lubbock and done anything?
Yeah, I've performed at the Lantern in Lubbock. What's that place called? They had a place on Thursdays. Backstage, I think is what it's called. And then World of Beer and another restaurant. So like four or 5 places there.
I need to go to Lubbock. I think that'd be a good place to play.
Lubbock's fun, man.
Just 'cause it's a little bit. I mean, it's pretty much the same size as here, but it's a little bit more bigger, a little
Yeah.
bit bigger.
It feels bigger.
Yeah, it's just a college town, so that during certain times of the year, there's however 20,000 more people there than usual, or 10,000 or whatever.
Yeah, the comedy scene's definitely better over there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there's a lot of talented guys in Lubbock.
Didn't there used to be a comedy shop here?
That's what people are saying. I've never heard of it.
I never have either.
I'd like to open one. I want to open up a comedy like place, but like also open up a gym, like split it. Half gym,
Yeah, well,
half comedy store.
that's keep on dreaming.
I will. I'm gonna dream
Oh,
forever.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
Comedy and
I just want to own a gym, but not let anybody in. Like just my own. But I want it to be like really big and advertise it, but just lock the door.
yeah, like the thing with the gym, like the atmosphere of a gym, like you either want something like Rocky Balboa, where like there's like the ceiling leaks and like all the equipment's like from the 50s. You either want something like that, where it's like got that, or you want like state of the art, like it's the Dallas Cowboys, like you know what I mean. You
Yeah.
always want. There's no in between. Like
For sure.
I used to go to the Gold's Gym, on the one in the shopping center or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like I was saying, it was in between that. It was just weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I used to work at Planet Fitness.
Nice. How'd you like it?
I hated it. I hated every minute of it.
Why is that?
Well, because it's like they don't need us there. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So it's like it's a 24-hour gym. They need somebody to be at the desk, and then they need to all they'd have to do is contract like a janitor thing to come in and do it. But instead they have like a whole staff, and everybody's got titles. Like, I'm the manager, and this is the assistant manager, and this is the lead shift lead, and this is the other shift lead. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just a nightmare to work there.
I heard you can pee on the floor in there because it's like judgment free.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, go ahead. If everybody, go ahead. It's free to do.
Bro,
Free to pee.
if I was homeless, I would just get a monthly subscription to Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
You get a shower, get to sleep on the bench.
And once a month you get free pizza.
yeah, free pizza once.
That's gotta be the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
It's retarded.
It's
really dumb.
Yeah. No, like what? I don't know. Whatever, man.
I don't agree with like their principle of
No.
we don't want people grunting and building muscles in here. We
Yeah, and
stay
like,
pudgy and perfect.
but no, we used to have to get on to people for wearing cutoff T-shirts.
Did you really?
Yes, and gallon water jugs. You can't take gallon water jugs in there.
See, that's weird.
I know it's retarded.
It's
That's
like
what
if
it is.
Twitter had a gym.
Yeah, yeah. It was a nightmare.
See, Crunch says judgment-free zone too,
Doesn't.
but like they don't care about anything over there. Like they're not strict with that shit at all. I see people. I don't understand why people always walk around with backpacks. Like, what are you?
Oh, is that where you go?
Yeah.
Okay.
But everyone takes a backpack to the gym. Like, what is in your backpack, dude? I don't know.
Yeah, man, protein bar, bro.
I need to get some powder because that looks cool.
For your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Over there.
I think it helps with your grip.
Then go over there and like bench press like 125 pounds. Pick up
Yeah.
some 25-pound dumbbells.
I recently got like wrist wraps just because I hurt my wrist.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
like I'm not that strong, so people
Yeah.
probably think I'm being a douchebag with my wrist things on, like barely lifting any weight.
Oh yeah, that's kind of how I was. I used to go to a town club or whatever, but I used to swim most of the time. I like swimming.
Swimming,
So-
that's a great workout, man.
Yeah, it is. And you could just go, cause like running, like I don't know, I'm not a very good runner, so like
Running's boring as shit, dude.
it is. Yeah, swimming is boring too, but like but running, like, well, I guess if you're a good runner, I ain't a good
Mhm.
runner, but the swimming, like, you could just swim forever.
Yeah.
Like, you could just swim forever.
Yeah, tread
If you-
water.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, you can just go because
Mhm.
it's zero gravity or whatever. But yeah, swimming's pretty cool.
Yeah, swimming's a bomb. But the town club, there's always a group of old ladies doing, Pilates or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
Is-
Yeah, and
is
the
it called
grass.
Pilates?
I don't know.
There's a word for it where like it's like not water polo, water aerobics. Never mind.
Oh yeah, yeah. They definitely do have some like classes or whatever that they take the pull up, but I don't know. I haven't been there in months. I got really into working out for a while, and then I turned
Mhm.
21. And
Nice.
I was like, yeah, no. I started drinking a little too much.
That happens, man.
So yeah.
I
And
drink too much, but I still work out. So
Yeah. Well, now my job, I have to walk all the time, so out in the heat all day. So
Mhm.
my day job, so
That works.
Get plenty of that. I ain't working out after that. I can
no
tell you
extra water weight.
that. Yeah. Yeah, just no extra water weight, but nice beer gut.
Is it like your own lawn mowing company?
Nah, I just work for a place.
Oh,
It's like a
okay.
small place.
Nice.
Yeah, it's better than standing behind a cash register
That's
Like-
for sure.
or bagging groceries or whatever. But it still sucks.
Yeah, man. Like my job's boring, but like if I went to another job, I'd be just as bored. That's
Exactly.
that's the only
Exactly,
reason I
yeah.
haven't quit. So it's like, what's gonna be less boring than this?
Yeah,
I'm just glad I have an
We-
outlet. Like if I wasn't doing comedy, I'd probably just be depressed.
yeah, I can't even I can't do a real job. Like insurance, right?
Yeah.
Sell insurance. So like if I did that, like I don't know, I just have I can't it like when customer service or whatever,
Mhm.
when they just do dumb shit, like they just say dumb shit and
Yeah.
like you have to pretend like you give a shit.
They say dumb shit every day.
Yeah. And then you have to pretend like you care.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't do that. So I'm sure you're probably the same way. Like we have to do the comedy or the music and everything like that. Where
Mhm.
where like being an asshole is like a prerequisite.
Yeah, man. That'd just be a scary life if that was like all I had going for me.
Yeah, but some people like that stuff.
Yeah, I guess
like
some people do.
Like sales. Like
Mhm.
I'm not a salesman at all. I can't sell you anything. I'm like, hey, do you want to buy this? I'm like,
Sales isn't too hard. You just gotta bullshit with people.
yeah, I'm bad at that. I can't do it. Like I don't know. I'm always the guy that like if there's a crowd of there's like a whole full a bar or something like that. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Go over here. I sit in the back. Like,
Yeah.
I sit alone. I don't know. I can't. I'm bad at bullshitting. I have to have like somebody has to come up to me and talk, and then I never shut up.
That's funny. Somebody told me when I was doing the training for my job, they were like, if you can sell life insurance, you can sell anything.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's cool. So yeah, that's why I started selling meth.
Yeah.
So,
I was about to say that guy was probably a former drug dealer. But yeah. Yeah, well, I would if I don't know. I don't even know what I was going to say. So,
you were gonna say you need to get a life insurance policy. That's what you were
right.
gonna say.
And you need to ask this gentleman.
Hit me up for the life insurance, guys,
That's right.
because I get commission.
Oh, I remember there's. Do you know who Tom Mabe is? Was he was like he was a part of the blue collar comedy thing, but he used to have a show and he would like call places like that. Well, he called a life insurance place and he was like, he's like, I want to get life insurance for my wife, and they're like, okay, well, blah blah blah, you know, and he's like, so just a quick question. So like, let's say something happened to her in I don't know February. He's like, would I have enough to buy a couple jet skis by summer? He was doing that to him. Like, that was pretty funny.
That's awesome.
That's what I always think of when I hear life insurance. Like, that sounds so suspicious. Like, yeah, I need to. I'm gonna buy some life insurance for my family. Like, oh yeah, all right.
What I found interesting is like when I first started the job, I had to take tests to get licensed, and I forgot what the time period was. It might be like 6 months or like 30 days or something. But if you like commit suicide within like 6 months of starting a life policy, you're not covered.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. I mean, I get it, but it's wild that they have to put that in there.
Yeah, no, like that's some dark shit. Like, ooh, sorry. No. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and fold.
Gonna hold on to that for you. That's some wild shit, man.
Yeah, it is. It's life insurance? Like, what does that like cover? Funeral costs and stuff like that?
Yeah, it covers everything really. Like if you had kids and you wanted to pay for their college, or just if you were to die and you wanted your annual income to keep coming in.
Oh, I see.
So you could just have like a $500,000 life policy.
Wow, my annual income, they'd be very disappointed. They'd be like, all right, yeah, we got $1,000 this month. I'm like, woo.
$20 and some coupons.
Yeah. Yeah. Be like, yeah, can you just go ahead and keep my Audible account going? I can't imagine.
That's funny. No, it is important to have. I wrote a policy on myself. It's only $18 a month because I'm young, but and mine's only $100,000 because I don't have any kids or anything.
Only $100,000.
Yeah, and I just put my little brother as my beneficiary. So if I die, my little brother gets $100,000.
So if you die, your brother's gonna be a suspect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. You get the haha.
But a quarter of that is gonna have to pay off my debt, so he's only gonna get like $75,000. So
Wow.
yeah, fuck college.
Yeah, fuck college. Seriously. You went to WT?
Yeah, I went to WT.
Go
That's
Bucks.
funny. I told that joke. I think you've heard it about how I have a degree, communications degree. I just added on a new tag last night about how I only use my degree to roll weed on. So I have a $20,000 weed tray.
Yeah, that's, no shit. And that's WT's like an affordable college, and even that, it's still way too much damn money.
Yeah, well, I got some grants at first, and then I got a good job, so I couldn't get grants anymore. But I got a couple scholarships. I ended up with like $14,000 in debt. I think it's at like 12 now because I pay on it every month. But I mean, 14,000 still way better than like, if I would have went to Stanford or some crazy shit.
Yeah, where it's 50,000 a year. Or
Yeah,
some
like
shit.
that, or even not even Stanford, just Wayland Baptist.
Oh, like a
It's
private school.
That's like 38,000 a year.
Yeah, that's a nightmare. Yeah, I went out of state, and I even had scholarships and everything, and it still was like a shit ton of money.
How much was tuition over there?
For a year, like without the scholarships or whatever, it would have been like, if you include everything, it's probably like 30 or 40 a year, just because it's out of state.
Yeah.
And then you know what happens? You get a degree from Arizona State University. so it's worthless. That's where so like California and Arizona, they have like a deal where they get in-state tuition, you know.
Really?
California and vice versa.
Interesting.
So California schools, like think about California schools. Well, for one, they're all like, even in-state, it's expensive as shit because it's California.
Definitely.
And then two, like their schools are like UCLA, Stanford, you know, shit like that.
Berkeley.
So Berkeley, yeah. So it's or USC. It's all these like high-end colleges. And so all of the dumb kids from California that their parents have money, they go to Arizona State. So that's why everybody's really hot there.
That makes
all
sense.
the chicks, yeah. But it's most of them are from California.
Nice.
I say this, I don't know, like that's
Makes sense to me.
yeah, but
I'll agree with it.
yeah.
I'll allow it.
Objection.
Have you seen the border of Arizona and Mexico? I heard some sketchy shit goes down over there.
No, I haven't. I've never been down there.
Somebody was telling me like you can legally shoot gang members, like farmers like stand out there and like shoot gang members crossing the border.
I can believe that.
Some crazy shit.
Yeah, they had like a law in Arizona where it's like you could just, if someone's brown and drives a vehicle, you can just pull them over for that, like, and just to check.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's funny as shit.
But then they also have like medical marijuana, like, you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like it's a weird place.
It's
like,
interesting.
because here it's all just one side.
I feel like Arizona and like Nevada are like the Wild West.
Yeah.
But people talk about Texas that way, but I don't think Texas. Well, there's probably some wild parts in Texas, but
Well, Texas is like, there's like a town every 15 miles, like a small shit town every
Yeah.
15 miles.
it's very true.
I remember Clarendon. They have a motel there that's called It'll Do.
Really?
It'll do.
I think I've seen that before.
It'll do, or so,
That's funny.
Clarendon or something like that.
Yeah, there's so many random little towns. Like, why does Happy exist, you know?
Yeah.
They don't even have a store.
I know, yeah. Like they have all of these old shops, and every one of these small towns around here, all of the shops are all closed. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
But then they always have a Walmart,
And they don't do anything to, like, renovate them, or they don't even knock the buildings down. It's like, yeah,
just covered in weeds.
it's been abandoned for 70 years. We just leave it there.
Yeah, I can't imagine having to live in one of those towns.
Nah, it'd be depressing, man.
Yeah, it would. Amarillo's at least big enough, like where there's at least something to do.
Yeah, you can at least be an alcoholic here.
Yeah, or on meth. We got I-40, so we get all the good meth
Yeah.
going cross
We
country.
have the best churches and the best meth.
That's right. Yeah, we have a church every corner, every
Well,
street
I'm
corner.
excited. I'm working on some church jokes just because that Midnight Rodeo is about to be a church.
Oh no
So
shit!
yeah, I'm excited to write that out.
They're going down Midnight Rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there one time.
Only once?
Yeah, and I was like 19, so it sucked.
I've seen so many fights there. I saw a bouncer get jumped.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like, dude, if you're a bouncer and you get your ass whooped, you have to quit,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
You can't go back to work the next day.
My God. Yeah. Oh. Oof.
I don't know. Someone offered me a bouncer job at I forgot the name. There's like a strip club where they're not allowed to show their nipples. It's a little brown building. I can't even remember the name of it, but someone there was like, "Yeah, man, you could be a bouncer here." And I think I'd like that, but like
No.
I wanna like know some jujitsu or something first.
Yeah.
Because just being big isn't gonna get me very far, you know.
Yeah, like well.
Like I'll push a motherfucker, but I don't want to fight a motherfucker.
Yeah, I can't imagine, like, cause like, so if you're a cop, right? You're a police officer. Like you have laws. Like you have a law protecting you. You have authority to do something.
Yeah.
You have authority to arrest people. You have the authority to use deadly force when necessary. But if you're a bouncer,
Yeah.
right, you still have to do kind of that. But you have absolutely no authority whatsoever.
Yeah. And you have a coke addiction.
And then you have a coke addiction. And then what do you get paid an hour? Like
Yeah, that's the
like
thing,
12 an
too.
hour. Like I don't know.
I guess they
but
just like split
you don't get a
tips.
pension. You don't get a pension.
all your money. You just get paid straight cash.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I can't. Yeah, screw that shit. Being a bouncer. The only way you could be a bouncer, well, for one, if you're just a badass, like for one,
Yeah.
and then two, if you were like some like strip club, like in Atlanta,
Yeah.
like you know what I mean, something where there's like shit ton of money going through, like so you could make money. But yeah, fuck that. You gotta be at a strip club in Amarillo. Hell, I've been to our strip clubs.
I think it's called like Paradise or something. I can't think of the name of it. It's gonna bother me. But they have to keep tape over their nipples.
Yeah, that's really stupid.
I forgot what it's called.
I never understood strip clubs. I don't understand that.
I don't either, man.
I have to go spend all this money to
don't
see a half-naked chick.
I don't understand lap dances.
Yeah, me neither. It's like, oh, great, yeah, you're half-naked and I'm fully clothed.
I think it was called Players. Yeah, that sounds
Players. Okay, I've heard of that.
right. But yeah, there's no purpose there.
Nope.
Unless you're old and lonely. But
Yeah.
it's like, I'd rather watch porn than go to a strip club, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's free.
Yeah, you have to, like, that whole world is just crazy. Like, like not even just the strip club, but like the strip club, the nightlife world like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Because it's all like this money thing.
Yeah.
Like it's weird.
And even if I was a millionaire, like I'd still be too cheap to go to a
Yeah.
fucking strip club. Like, fuck that. I might like check one out in like Vegas or something.
Yeah, or something like I can understand. I might can understand that. Like that's, but like you come here, you're like you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like
And they all have, they've all had a C-section.
yeah.
None of them have boobs. So I
Yes.
don't understand.
Exactly. Yeah.
How'd you get into this line of work with no breasts?
Yeah. Got cellulite on their thighs.
And they dance to like Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
Man. Like, what are you doing? That's not a stripper song.
I know.
Dance to Tyga or 2 Chainz or something.
Yeah.
They make stripper music.
They're playing the same playlist that they've had since 1987.
Put on that Pantera and show me
Yeah.
your titties.
Yeah, like I don't understand that shit at all. But I totally understand if you're a woman, you need some money.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's a quick way.
I
But you're gonna have to
definitely
put
get
up
that.
with some dark shit.
Yeah, man.
That's a fucked up world.
Definitely.
I can't imagine it here, like, cause I've been to a couple of the strip. I mean, I've been to like 2. Like one on my 18th birthday, I went to one, and then once on my 21st birthday. So I've been to 2.
Where'd you go on your 18th?
Oh, this is a sketchy ass one off of 540. It's called Babes.
They let you in?
Yeah, the guy was
okay.
nodding off at the desk.
I was gonna say, I thought they were all like 21 and up here.
I think they were, but the guy's like,
Nice.
"You're cool." Or he looks at me, and he was all nodding off. Like I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure he was on drugs at the counter, and he was like, "Are you a minor?" And I'm like, "Mm." He's like, "Okay, go ahead."
That's funny.
All right, whatever, man. I look like I'm 12, but okay. Yeah, that was.
How was Babes? Was that a bikini club too?
No, it was topless.
Nice.
And then I went to the Polo Club,
Cassidy's.
Cassidy's. Yeah. I went to that my 21st.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that was overrated. Last time I went to Cassidy's, there was a super old lady there. She had to be at least 60. And
Yeah,
was-
that's what I mean.
She had
like,
the old neck and everything. I mean, the rest of her seemed all right, but it's just like, yeah.
Eh.
And you don't want to make eye contact with them.
Yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, hello. Like, well, I mean, that and they do this shit. Like, they do this shit all day. So they look at you like, yeah, that motherfucker ain't got no money.
Yeah.
We're going to stay away from that guy.
Strippers are a lot like homeless people, man. Just asking for change.
Yeah. Asking for change. And getting no change. Shit.
The struggle.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a male stripper.
Male stripper.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how that pays.
I don't know either. Find out.
What's a life insurance policy for a male stripper?
It's all in ones, like 2,000 ones. Yeah, just pay that out if you die.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Free drinks for a year for your family.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I get it now. All in ones. I get it. I didn't understand. I was like, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. But no, I get it now. Yeah.
That is
Okay.
funny.
A male stripper. You could be a gigolo.
Yeah,
Gigolo.
I could have thought about it.
Yeah, but what's a clientele look like there in that line?
Probably like just older women who just got a divorce or who are still married.
If you like bigger women.
Yeah,
You like big women?
Probably mostly bigger women.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
No.
I've been on Craigslist. I'm not
Craigslist.
not in that
Shit.
area. You can find some crazy shit on Craigslist,
I
man.
can imagine.
This one, I forgot what it's called, but there's one of the pages where it's like this guy invited me to a hotel room with his girlfriend, and he had like 3 other guys, and he was like, "We're all gonna beat off on her." And I was like, "Sounds cool."
Yeah,
I didn't-
I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there.
I don't even know if they were probably just trying to murder me, but you know.
Even like Tinder though, you ever see those profiles where it's like there's like 7 pictures and they're all of like the cheek, like you know what I mean? They barely take or they're
what
like
the fuck is that?
I don't know either.
Who were you trying to attract with half a
like
face?
well, it's because they don't want to show their whole face because they're not gonna attract anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
But they show like an eyeball, like or a nose,
or like the big girls will just have like the top of their breasts.
Oh yeah, right here. Yeah.
Like obviously.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
Obviously, you're hiding something.
You're probably better off just going all out because there's got to be someone out there that likes that.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
just do it.
Somebody.
Be proud of yourself.
Tinder is so hit or miss. I can't imagine though. I always think about like, can you imagine what a girl's Tinder probably account looks like?
Just dicks.
Yeah, dicks or like, but they probably have to have like thousands of matches. Like they have to.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
they like hot girls. Every time they swipe right, it's probably a match.
Yeah, exactly. Like
that's got to be stressful.
I'll get like 4. Or like, do you remember the bot days of Tinder?
No, I think they probably cleaned it up now because I don't see it as much as I used to.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
But yeah, it was like every single one of them.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, yeah, I got 125 matches. And
It's
then
funny
it's like,
because the bots, it would have like a picture of an Asian girl, and then this next picture would be like a white blonde girl, and you're just like, oh, it's the same person, huh? Yeah, okay.
Or it would be different pictures, but they would kind of look alike. Like they didn't do just not quite enough research.
Or they took like a picture of like an actual photo.
Oh,
so it looks weird as fuck. It's all blurry and shit.
Well, like you can tell, like, well, you see like some really hot chick, and you're like, yeah, she does not live in Amarillo.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no
not.
way.
Or it'll say like something random, like Columbia University.
Yeah.
2 miles away. Like what? How? Why are you 2 miles away?
Yeah. And why are you swiping right on me for? But or no, what was the what the fuck was the one? Fuck, I don't remember. Backpedal. I don't know. I remember where I was going with that. I told you.
Chicks kissing horses.
That's what it was, yeah.
We need to end that shit.
Oh, no. I remember what it was. Thank you for that. It was about chicks kissing horses. No. But no, it's like the bot ones, their little profile thing. It's always like, I like to take it up the ass. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, yeah, I'm sure you're totally real.
Or they invite you to that other app. Like, what's your kick?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm not going to download whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. Yeah.
Sounds like the perfect place to get kidnapped.
Or I remember I used to do, because it'd be like, hey, sweetie. And you're like, uh-huh.
Oh, Facebook's bad about that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I haven't had it. I deleted my Facebook like a while back because it's a nightmare.
I think they're just like conning people. Like they like slide into your DMs. You have no mutual friends. They have one photo. And they're like, hey, want a video chat?
Like, yeah. Uh-huh. There's probably some Nigerian prince.
Yeah, I mean, they're making money doing it, or they wouldn't keep doing it, you know? So I kind of want that job, you know?
Yeah, there's definitely some idiots out there.
For sure.
I can believe that it would work.
Set up a fake account. Get somebody to pay me.
Yeah. Like,
we just need your credit card number. We're not going to use it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine that. I wonder how much volume do you have to go through if you're a scammer? Like, how much volume do you have to go through for it to be even remotely profitable?
I don't know.
I mean, it has to be like thousands and thousands.
Yeah, you got to put the work in, man. But scammers make a lot of money.
Yeah. I saw something about some Nigerian guy sold like some company an airport that didn't exist, right, for like $200 million.
Really?
Yeah, like some shit like that. And then, he went to jail, of course, and all that.
Who the fuck was running that company?
I don't know, man.
So they have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah. But no, so he goes to jail and he comes back and then he makes an appeal and because they, of course they took all of his assets, they do that. And he made an appeal and he wound up claiming back $167 million back. That, but legally or whatever, didn't count or whatever. It's like, Jesus Christ, that guy's a really good scammer.
That's badass.
He just scammed, like, everybody. Scammed the government.
Scam the world. Have you seen that movie, Catch Me If You Can?
Yeah.
It's badass.
Yeah, that guy's on a whole other level.
I think about that every time I hear about scams. The biggest con artist ever.
Scammed himself into being a doctor, and then a
lawyer.
pilot, and a lawyer. I know. I like that scene though, where he's a doctor or whatever, and then he's eating dinner with that girl, and her dad's a lawyer, and he's like, "Oh, I also studied law." Like, oh damn, dude! Like, where the fuck did you pull that out of your ass?
And then he gets a job at the end.
Like, dude, you're like 23. Like, how in the fuck did you have time to get a doctorate degree and a law degree? He pulls it off.
Yeah, man. Goals.
Shit, he could really, if it weren't, well, now he can't really pull it off because just we have too much documentation and all that. But if he had the resources we have now, that guy could have done everything.
Did you see that? It was probably like a year or two ago, but there was like this 19-year-old kid who was pretending to be a doctor, and he like actually lasted a couple weeks before they found out he wasn't a real doctor.
I think I did, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he got jail time, but
yeah,
it's funny he got that far.
Well, but like the thing is if like you look the part or whatever, like you have your little doctor outfit on, and you tell someone you're a doctor, like they're not gonna be like bullshit.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? So it takes a while for them to be like, okay, yeah, this guy didn't know what the fuck he's doing. But I mean, nobody's gonna argue with you. I'm gonna start doing that at a party. It's like, so what do you do? I'm a doctor.
Yeah,
I mean, nobody's gonna call me out.
Doctor of philosophy.
Yeah, exactly.
No one ever questions Dr. Dre.
Nope. Don't just stand there. Operate.
Wait, I'm gonna read this real quick. He's 18. He's released from. Hold on. He was caught weeks after he opened his own medical office. He was arrested after giving medical advice to an undercover agent, and he was released on $21,000 bond. Damn.
So he's a rich kid.
Yeah, man.
Apparently.
Florida teenager. It's always in Florida.
Those Floridians.
Florida man.
It's
always a Florida man doing something.
Did you ever get into that Cocaine Cowboys thing?
No, is that like a documentary?
Yeah, about the cocaine days. I never watched it, but I've like heard about it. But
I've heard about it a lot.
Yeah, the cocaine days in Florida was just like fucking out there.
That's what it's based on?
Yeah, like there was more banks per capita in the world, or there was more banks in Florida or Miami or whatever per capita than there was anywhere else in the world. It was because all that money was coming in, and everybody was starting banks to launder their shit.
Really? When was that? Like in the 80s?
In the 80s, yeah.
Scarface.
70s and 80s, yeah.
Okay.
That's some real shit.
That's dope. I need to look into that.
Yeah, like I heard somewhere that there was a class of police officers, right? That graduated the academy, and every single person in that class was either shot in the line of duty and killed, or they went to jail for corruption.
Damn.
Yeah, so that was Wild West shit. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Shout out to Florida, my favorite swing state.
Favorite swing state. I've never even been there.
Me either, man.
I think it's probably a good thing, evidently. I've never been to the South. Any of the South. Alabama, Louisiana, all that.
Yeah,
I've never been there.
I've never seen the East Coast at all.
I've been to the East Coast. I've been to pretty much all through New England, and then through the Midwest. And everything from, like, Nebraska. Because, like, Nebraska and the West looks like here. Like, besides the mountains and shit, like, in the Colorado. But, like, from Nebraska all the way to Maine, because I have, like, family that lives in Maine, so we went and visited them. It looks exactly the same. It's just all trees. Like, when you're driving, it's just all fucking trees.
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely need to travel more. I feel like I've only been to states that are touching my state and California.
I like the western states, though. I've been laid over in Las Vegas, if that counts. I've never been to Nevada. I've never been to Idaho, Montana, or nothing like that.
Yeah, see, like I've been to Arizona, but I was just in the airport, so I don't know if that counts either.
Yeah. Arizona's a pretty cool state. It's pretty diverse. It's kind of like Texas. Weather-wise.
Mm-hmm.
You think Arizona, you think of hot. Well, yeah, it's hot as shit, like in the desert part. But like up north and like Flagstaff, there's skiing, mountains, stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So it's pretty cool, and it's only a few-hour drive from Phoenix. So pretty cool place. California's all right, I guess, if you have money.
Yeah, I've only visited. I stayed a whole summer there once. It was fun.
Oh, yeah.
I was a kid, so I didn't have to worry about money.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, that's always nice. I went there once. I had a friend that was in the Marines, so we went and visited him at San Diego. Stayed there about a week. Got good weed.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't smoke any weed while I was there.
While you were a kid?
Yeah, I'll go back soon though.
Yeah.
I got family over there. Like I could stay up in Fresno.
Sleep on a couch, something like that.
I'd be like 3 hours from LA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
That might be the move.
It's cheaper than a hotel.
For sure. I don't know what the cost. I know like Los Angeles, it's like $1,200 a month for like a one bed for like a studio apartment.
Yeah.
It's like some crazy fucking
It's
amount
like
of money.
It's like New York, like an apartment the size of this right here, this living room, like just like it's like $1,200 a month.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like you could mortgage a house with land and a shop and a pool for that much here, like $2,000 a month. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like insane.
And it's probably gonna burn down if it's in California, you know. So
Yeah.
that shit is great. Do those fires ever stop? I feel like it's always on fire.
Yeah, I know. I always hear about that. Where is it? I think there's a bad fires up in Colorado right now.
Really?
Yeah, because my grandpa owns land up there, and it was all on the. It was right in the path.
Damn.
Almost burned. Burn, baby, burn. Hell, it burns a lot here. One day I woke up, like, because I live kind of outside the city limits, so, like, we have about 10 acres or so. And I remember I woke up one day, and it was like, oh, it's barbecue, you know. I look out, and the whole field, because, like, we just mow, like, an acre or so around the house, and the whole field was black, and there were fire trucks out there and everything. Yeah, I was like, oh, shit. Like,
there was a fire close to this apartment. Well, not that close. It was like the Texas Tech Health Science Center or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like
Park over
2
there.
miles away, yeah. It was pretty close. They were like telling us to...
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
We might need to evacuate.
Yeah, that's... Whew.
I started a fire once.
Did you?
I lived out in the country, and me and my cousin were like throwing fireworks into this field and stomping out the fire for fun. But then we were doing that the night before, and the next day I was like, I can do it again. But it was windy as fuck. So it like immediately the flames went over my legs, and I was like, oh shit. And then I tried to go grab a hose and put it out, but it already became a big thing.
You get busted?
No, my mom lied to the fire department. She's like, I don't know how it started. So it worked out.
Yeah, that would they take that, well, they should, but that shit's very serious. Like,
yeah, man.
Oh, fucking, because around here, the wind, it would just burn everything.
And it was cool, though, because I didn't know that the fire trucks could just run over the fire. Like, they have, like, a little sprayer under their fire truck.
Oh, yeah.
So they just run that shit over. So they put it out, like, immediately. But it got pretty big.
Yeah, I know some kids that did that once. Started a fire. But they just, like, ditched. Like, oh, yeah, not my problem anymore.
I just, my mom told me to go to my room and pretend to be asleep. And she was like talking to the cops and the fire department and everything. It's pretty intense.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I think I was like 12.
Arson charges at 12.
Yep. I'm a criminal.
Criminal. How long would you last as a criminal?
How long would I last?
Yeah.
Like in the streets?
Yeah.
Probably at least 75 years.
75 years. At least.
No, probably like...
No, yeah, if I got that.
Before I got shot, 3 months.
Shit.
If Tekashi 6ix9ine can run out in these streets like that, I think I can too.
Yeah, you're probably right.
He's probably got bodyguards on deck that he just doesn't show.
Yeah, what's up with... I actually used to listen to a lot of hip-hop, like, probably like 2010 era, so they were all like really soft. Like, you know what I mean? Or it's not even that they were soft, it was more like kind of a poppy thing, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then right after I stopped listening to that, started listening to like other stuff, like rock and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So and then now, like, I look and everybody's got facial tattoos, and it's all a bunch of white boys that look like Lil Wayne running around.
I mean, that's what...
Yeah.
I think it's the culture, man, because hip-hop started out, it was kind of like, it was like anti-government, like anti-drug. Like they weren't doing drugs, they were talking about the drugs in their community. And then it went from talking about that to selling drugs. And that's what kind of like the 90s, the 80s, 90s came out to be. But now it's like this generation is just doing drugs. They're all like overdosing, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's how it's gone over time.
They just take 40 Xanax.
Yeah. Because it went from being like conscious, like this is the struggle, this is what's going on, to being like, I just popped 56 Xans.
Yeah, like, shit, I took one of those Xans one time. I just slept. I just slept for 14 hours or
people
whatever.
people go retarded on those.
Yeah.
I've never done one.
Drive through a building.
I had a neighbor who used to live by me, and he would do everything. He'd pop like 2 of them, come over to my house, and we'd be like getting high, and I'd ask him a question. He'd just be like, "What?" And he'd be like slobbering. And just like, dude, we can't even hold a conversation because you're too dumb right now. Like,
Yeah, I don't get the point of that shit at all. Which
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
like a anxiety thing or whatever. I guess if you're
Yeah.
anxious,
yeah.
but I don't know.
I've never really had to deal with that. Honestly, I think exercise is probably the best way
Yeah.
to deal with any type of like anxiety or depression.
Yeah, 'cause or working out in the sun or something like that all
Yeah.
day, like 'cause your temper is short.
Mhm.
My temper gets short as shit working out in the
Yeah.
sun.
You're too exhausted to be depressed.
Yeah, but exactly, yeah. But you get the sunlight and everything,
Sunlight's
vitamin
extremely
D.
good for you.
Yeah, it brings out. But then again, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the problem, man. That's all these kids are just online. They're not going outside.
No.
I think we were made like when you go camping and it just feels good. Just feels good to be in nature.
Yeah.
I think we were designed to be in nature, and we've put ourselves in like cities, and we've like pretty much blocked out the real world. So we like never outside enjoying what we're supposed to enjoy.
Yeah, I agree. We used to always hunt, fish, and all that all the time. I miss all that stuff. Like now it costs
too,
money.
man.
It costs money, so I ain't got money to do none of that
For
shit.
sure. But yeah, like every time I'm like on a camping trip or at a lake or something, it just feels great
Yeah.
to be out in the world. You
Don't-
know?
Yeah, there's no noise but wind, birds chirping,
Exactly.
sun shining.
We need more of that. We need to just break off into tiny communities and say fuck the internet, you know?
Yeah, I think they tried that.
Let's all go
That's how
Amish
cults
again.
get started.
Yeah, man, let's start a cult.
Let's do it, man. It'd be fun. Well, it's only fun if you're the cult leader.
Yeah.
Then it's really, really, really fun.
Yeah, you just make everyone else drink the Kool-Aid and you take it easy.
Yeah, and you fuck everybody's wives.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But like they're cool with it. They're not even cool with it. They're like, hey, sleep with my wife.
Yeah, it's kind
Yeah. So I think
of
we
the
should.
rules.
Exactly. We could write our own Bible.
Definitely. Let's be Mormons.
Mormons.
It's a good cult.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, one day I was sitting on my porch and I saw like shadows walking up. I was like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden I look up and it's guys in the white shirts and
Oh,
the
yeah.
black pants. And like, we want to know if you have time to talk about Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
I was like, oh. I don't know. I wasn't in the mood that day, but
Mhm.
if it were any other day, I'd be like, oh, yeah, come on over, sit on down. But I don't know.
Mhm.
It was pretty funny. I can't imagine having to do that.
Bro, the Mormons have never came and talked to me. It's really disappointing. 'Cause
Yeah.
They seem super cool and nice. I'm like, hey, come talk to me about stuff, but they never come by my house. I don't know what it is.
My roommate in college was Mormon. And
Nice.
but he was kind of like over it.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? He wasn't really into it.
Yeah, all the Mormons I went to school with were pretty much over it. There was like one girl who was Mormon, but she wasn't like strict on it.
Yeah. Well, then I remember, so he was like, all like, yeah, screw all that shit, like, you know that. But then I remember one time he tripped on acid,
Mhm.
and then the next day, like, he went and got a haircut and he cleaned his room, and like he started going back to church. It was funny. I
That'll
just
do
thought
it.
it was funny.
That'll do it.
I don't know. I haven't talked to any of them in a few years, so
That's funny.
who
No,
knows?
Mormons are actually like the best when it comes to like because they have to go out and into the field and be a missionary for like a year,
Yeah.
and that's pretty admirable. Like no one, I mean Christians do that too, but it's like not with the same type of enthusiasm and everything.
Yeah, they ride their bikes around.
Mm-hmm.
No, I remember that kid I was talking about. He was for Halloween. He was a Mormon, and that's what he wore: the white shirt, the short sleeve button up, and the black. And then he wore a bicycle helmet.
Nice.
Going around, it was pretty funny. Carried a Book of Mormon.
Oh, good book. Speaking of South Park, I need to watch. I don't know if I'd enjoy their musical, but it seems like it'd be hilarious.
The Book of Mormon.
Yeah,
I've never seen it.
it won a ton of awards. Those guys are geniuses, man.
They really are. They're some of my favorite writers working today. Matt Parker, Trey
Definitely.
Stone.
Yeah, and it's like everything. Like you just look at like current events. Like you just watch the news. You watch CNN. You be like, oh, South Park covered this like 4 years ago. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Like they really have a finger on the pulse or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
they
man.
really know what's going on.
It's insane.
They're really good. I like Tarantino too.
Tarantino's
As
awesome.
far as writers go,
Mm-hmm.
most of my favorite writers are probably comedians, because there's just so many of them doing it. But like Louis C.K. is like a real writer. Like
Yeah.
that guy actually. Did you ever watch The Horace and Pete?
Mm-mm.
That it's not really. There's comedy in it, of course, like, you know, because he's hilarious. But it's like a tragedy. It's kind of like a play, like, you know what I mean. But it's really.
Louis C.K.'s
Yeah.
producer.
He was in it too. But
Is
he
it set in a
wrote it.
bar?
Yeah,
Okay,
Horace and Pete's.
I watched the first episode. It wasn't.
Yeah,
It wasn't as
it's-
funny as I expected it to be.
Yeah, well, it's not really supposed to be funny.
Yeah, it's
like,
kind of dark.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Louis, like his show?
Yeah.
That show is fucking hilarious.
Did you watch the one from the 90s?
The Lucky Louie?
Lucky Louie.
I saw like a couple episodes. I didn't know where to look for it.
I honestly like Lucky Louie more. I've been watching it illegally, but
Oh, really?
yeah.
I don't have to find it.
I went onto this website, but I forgot the guy's name on there. There's another comedian on there who's really funny. I can't remember his name now, but he plays his best friend.
Okay.
But it's like
Mhm.
it's like a Seinfeld-esque sitcom, but it's like really like inappropriate rated R type humor.
Yeah, I've seen some clips
So,
from it,
it's
but
funny
I've
as
never
shit.
seen. I'll have to look into that. But him, I really, 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 really like Norm Macdonald.
Oh yeah, Norm Macdonald's awesome. Man.
That guy's incredible. I think he's doing shit nobody's doing.
Yeah, he's
like,
really funny.
he's-
Jim Norton was the guy I was trying to
Oh
think
yeah,
of.
I know Jim Norton.
Yeah, he's in Lucky Louie.
That guy's pretty funny. I don't know. I watched the stand-up special. I didn't really care for it that much. But
I honestly haven't ever seen him do stand up.
Yeah.
I've just heard him on podcasts.
But yeah,
and
he's
then I
funny
saw him-
on podcasts.
And
Yeah,
then I saw him on Lucky Louie. I was like, oh, this dude's hilarious.
yeah. That dude is pretty funny. But Norm Macdonald, he has a book out or whatever, like a memoir or whatever. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
cause like, you know, like these comedians or like people that aren't writers and they
Yeah.
write a book. It's like, like, you know, it's not. They don't really know how to do it. Like
Mhm.
this guy, like he's actually real steeped in all that stuff. I mean, his book is like really, really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's hilarious, but it's
Nice.
pretty good. Norm
Yeah.
is, I like Norm.
Norm's really funny. Like
Yeah, he
I
is.
watched his last special on Netflix, and I kind of expected him to be like a corny, like clean,
Nope.
run of the mill type,
But-
boring dude. But he was hilarious.
That guy's
Super funny.
Who else do I? Oh, I really like Chappelle, of course. I think Chappelle.
Oh yeah,
That
Chappelle.
guy's incredible.
I think he's the best comedian alive.
Yeah, I think he's.
Him
I think
or
he's
Bill
top
Burr.
5. I love Bill Burr too. I used to listen to his podcast a lot,
Yeah, his podcast is funny, man.
where he's just talking to himself.
Yeah,
Like, it's funny.
I don't listen to single person podcasts as much, but I do sometimes. Like I really like when he has his wife on there.
Oh yeah,
the way
he
he-
always fucks with her.
Yeah, the way he talks shit to his wife is hilarious.
Yeah, Bill. Did you ever? I didn't really care for his show, the F is for Family or whatever.
I got into it. He's just so angry in it that it's
Yeah.
like I don't.
But he doesn't have the like Louis or whatever. Like he does well like on a platform like that. But I don't
Mhm.
think Bill has. It's kind of like Bill's kind of sort of like a Joey Diaz, where it's more of a. He's a little bit more contrived or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's more of a on the cuff kind of a guy.
Mm-hmm. I feel that.
So, but Bill Burr.
No,
yeah.
Bill Burr. I like the material he covers. Is just awesome. Like that, he has that bit where he's like, "There's no reason to hit a woman." He's like, "Really?
Oh
I can think of 10 reasons to hit a woman right now."
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
The way he presents ideas, and it's like going against the grain, is just awesome.
Yeah, and he does it well too.
Yeah.
Like I like his one on mothers. Did you ever see that one?
Yeah, the
where
hardest job in the world.
Really? Really? It's the hottest job in the world? Yeah. It's like, I didn't know. I thought roofing as a redhead in June.
These mothers are just bending over at the waist, putting DVDs into DVD players. I don't know how they do it.
Any job where you can do it in your pajamas. It's not the hardest job in the world.
Shit's awesome.
Yeah. Trying to think of some more.
He has a lot.
But like I said, Chappelle, Norm, Louis. Which I don't know. Are we allowed to like Louis anymore? What
I
did he
love
do?
Louis.
I love him too. What did he do? Flash his
What he
redheaded
did
picker?
was he was like, "Hey, do you want to come back to my hotel room?" And the female comedian said yes. And then he said, hey, do you mind if I jerk off in front of you? And they said yes. And now he's in trouble for asking permission to pull his dick out. Like, get over your fucking... Close your eyes if you don't want to see his dick. Or leave the room.
Yeah.
Which is Louis locking the door and forcing you to watch him jerk off? No. He's just being a creepy dude. Yeah. It's not illegal. He's not a rapist. Everybody shut up.
Oh, speaking of rapist, no, Norm Macdonald, did you see his bit on Bill Cosby?
No.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Was it in his last? I need to rewatch it. If it
well,
was like
I don't know if it was. I don't think it was in his special. I can't remember. It might have been, but it's on YouTube. You can watch it.
Oh yeah, bro. Jim Jeffries had the best bit on Bill Cosby I've heard so far. I watched Norm's too.
Yeah, Norm's. He's like, I had a friend tell me. I had a friend. He said that the worst thing about Bill Cosby was the hypocrisy. He said, I don't think it was the worst thing. I'm pretty sure it was the raping.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, that's funny.
That shit's funny. I'm gonna see if I can play a little bit of that Jim Jeffries part. He started out this special so strong, and I wasn't even a fan of his. Like, I didn't know how funny he was. Like, I saw his clips of his show and everything.
Let's start this shit.
But his stand-up's hilarious.
Bill Cosby. Now, I don't know if you get all the news here in Nashville, but I may say something that's very upsetting to many of you. It turns out that Bill Cosby is a rapist. I know. I always used to watch him on the telly as a kid, and I always used to think to myself, I bet he doesn't rape. But I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again.
He doesn't rape.
Because it turns out that his favorite thing is rape. He fucking loves raping people. Now, think about your favorite thing. You might be into sports, gardening, golf. I don't know what the fuck you're into. Now, think about it. Now replace it with rape. And that's how Bill Cosby feels all day, every day. Now, I did this routine in Australia, and they wrote a very horrible review of the show. And I hate that people forget that I'm a comedian and that I'm joking. But I have to do...
Yeah, we'll just play that.
Yeah,
that's how he opens.
Wow.
Yeah, it's funny as shit.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit. That whole Cosby thing.
Yeah, man. What was it, like 50-something women came forward?
Yeah, and that's who came forward. Like,
yeah, that's
like
true.
he said, replace it with rape. Or whatever you like to do, replace it with raping.
Replace it with rape. Oh, Cosby.
Yeah, that's...
Did you see, I'm pretty sure Hannibal Buress is the one who, like, made it.
Yeah.
Made it a big deal. Did you see that clip of him?
Yeah, I think so.
That was funny, where he's like, he was talking about how Bill Cosby thought he was better than everybody. He's like, I don't use curse words. Yeah, but you're a rapist, so.
Yeah. I actually saw him live once.
Cosby or Burris?
No, Burris.
Hell yeah.
Him. It was Chris D'Elia and
What?
yeah, and him. It was a free show at ASU.
Wow.
Yeah, so I didn't know who Chris D'Elia was at that time, like, which I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, whatever. I saw him. I was like, yeah, he's on some show my mom watches. Like, you know what I mean, like that.
Yeah.
And he comes up there and just fucking kills.
Yeah, man.
And then Hannibal came on, and everybody was like walking out, because you know how he is. Like, he's he's not like Chris D'Elia is like in your face kind of a guy.
Yeah.
Hannibal Buress, you have to go to him. Like, you know
They
what I mean?
walked out?
Yeah, like people. He
That's
was all
some
like, "This
bullshit.
is the worst fucking crowd." He's all cussing them out. But yeah, Chris D'Elia fucking killed.
Chris
that
D'Elia
night.
still does. I don't know if Burris still does colleges. A lot of comedians like refuse to
Yeah.
do colleges now.
I guess they had paid him a lot.
Did you? Hannibal Buress's mic got cut off because he walked out and told a Catholic joke at a college, and they cut him off immediately.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's colleges for you.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I mean, that's basically the 806, a bigger version.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, which I don't really have any problems at the 806 because I don't tell jokes.
Yeah,
But yeah, I can imagine. I don't know. I don't know. I've seen y'all perform out there, but like I said, Wednesday nights I'm going all over the place because there's all sorts of. So I don't ever get to really see much comedy on Wednesday nights. That's when everybody does it. Are y'all still doing the open mic there or the comedy one?
Yeah,
There?
once a month.
Do y'all still do it at Whiskey?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got every Wednesday, except for next Wednesday, because there happens to be 5 this month.
Oh yeah.
But we've got a open mic every Wednesday.
Okay. At Whiskey, or
Or no, what? The first one is always at Whiskey. Second and fourth are at 806, and now the third's 806.
oh, okay.
And then I'm gonna go to Fuzzy's every chance I get as well.
Yeah, me too. I didn't get to play there last week. I got there too late.
Yeah, I'll still go to Fuzzy's and Hoots. So.
But this week there's no 806, so I always really like to play 806 because it's a really receptive crowd.
Ideally, I can do 4 mics a week.
Yeah, I think that's how many.
5 if I feel like driving to Lubbock.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is all we got now. Like, I don't know if any. There used to be one on Monday.
Where do you go on Tuesdays?
Tuesday, 6th Street Saloon.
Nice.
It's I call it the old folks' home. Like, it's all like
They
everybody.
They have an open mic?
Yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
You think they'd let me perform?
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. They'd probably think you were funny.
What
But
time
it's all old people.
What time on Tuesdays?
It's shit, I don't know, like 7 to something 11, something like that.
Really?
Yeah, 6th Street Saloon. So, it's on 6th and about Western.
I was actually there like last week, and
Oh,
I
really?
talked to the bartender. I was like, "Hey, who would I talk to about doing a show here?" And they were like, "Oh, just come back sometime in the afternoon." And I just forgot about it. But
Oh, yeah?
I'll have to go talk to him, or I'll go perform at the open mic and talk to him then.
Yeah, it's these ladies that do it.
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, yeah. And Thursday, too. I don't ever go to the Thursday one because I do Smokey Joe's.
I'll hit both. Because
Yeah.
I don't hit Smokies until
And then I go to Cowboy Gelato, too.
close to 10.
I like Cowboy Gelato because not a lot of people go there, so I can just play. Like, they let me play as many as I want. So I
Mhm.
can work through material I don't ever get to work on.
Yeah, I'm about to hit all these places.
Yes, trying to think if I can. Wednesday, you were there at Hoots. I was pretty fucked up. Hoots last week,
Oh yeah,
but
I like Hoots a lot. It's just like
I love their sound system, man. Like,
Yeah.
I can actually hear myself. Like, I can really
Mhm.
play well because
it's just the emptiness and the quietness.
yeah,
But it's good practice.
it is.
Practice is practice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but, we got to put these hours in.
Mhm.
This is the crucial time. Like you
Definitely.
always hear comedians talking about that, how they go and they'll do a comedy show at at noon,
Mhm.
like in a cafeteria.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, like oh fuck.
Did
like,
you
that's
hear Bill Burr's story about that? Like the time it was like I think it's called Times I Bombed.
oh yeah,
It's
I
like
did
a
see
YouTube
that,
thing.
but I don't remember.
And he was like doing a cafeteria in a college, and he was just talking about like nobody was listening for like 20 minutes straight.
Yeah, that's a nightmare,
gotta
especially
do.
for comedy, because you're like I always say, like a comedian, it's your instrument is the audience.
Mhm.
Like, and if you can't play that, like you're really not doing anything. Like you're just kind of talking. That's a
Yeah.
tough gig.
That were you there for the comedy open mic at 806?
I didn't get to go.
Oh, okay, there was this comedian from Denver named Christy. I think it was
Okay.
Christy. But yeah, we were performing at no one really did that well at the 806 that night. And then she went up there and she destroyed. And then we went to Leftwoods after that and performed again. And then we were talking. I was talking to her. Another comedian was up. And I was like, yeah, the crowd's just really loud. And she goes, oh, he's just not that good. Because they'd be listening if he was that good. I was like, damn, that's a
Yeah,
good point.
that
You can't argue that.
That's true.
Because she's 8 years in. And she destroyed both rooms. So,
Yeah, nothing's worse than that. Like,
Yeah.
even the music thing, because, like, I wrote lots and lots of songs before
Mhm.
I ever performed any of them. And then when I went to Phoenix and I started performing, like, in these songs, they were all written in a vacuum.
Mhm.
They weren't written for an audience.
yeah.
So then you go up there and you sing, and, like, nobody's paying attention.
Yeah.
Like, that sucks.
Yeah, and in comedy, it's easy to be like, oh, well, the crowd wasn't feeling me.
Right.
The crowd was bad. But it's like, well, you have to get the crowd's attention. And that's, like, when she said that, it kind of, like, opened my eyes to be like, yeah, got to get a lot better.
Yeah, that's why it's important for us to move eventually.
Yeah.
So we have to really go squirm around.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Hit the road.
yeah, I really want to go on a tour.
Yeah, I really want to bomb around the country, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, you might have just got put on a list for that. Like, I'm gonna go bomb around the country.
Yeah, probably. I'm already on a list because I got kicked off Twitter.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm on 3 lists
That's
by
awesome,
now.
but that's easy to do. All you
Yeah.
have to do is say like, "Hey, Trump, he's not too bad," and then like, "Oh yeah, axe," like you're done.
Basically, man, that's funny. This one of my friends, he tweeted something about suicide, and it was like Twitter suspended him for it. It wasn't even about. I think it was about depression. Like just something basic, nothing like offensive, or like calling anybody out, or like saying a bad joke. It was just like a serious statement about anxiety or depression, and like Twitter suspended him for 12 hours, and he sent it to me. I was like, hell yeah, I'm not the only one.
That's crazy. No, you damn sure aren't the only one. If you get banned from, then I mean, because there's some people that really do mean shit like that.
Yeah.
So I can't even imagine. That's just bullshit.
I mean, all I really did was fuck around. Two of the times I got suspended, I was just roasting people because they came after me. So I was like, all right, let's do this, and I was just having fun. I just told someone to lick my balls, and oh, you're suspended.
Like, what the fuck? That's like that's lightweight shit. Like, lick my
Yeah,
balls.
Exactly.
That's like some shit they'd say on South Park.
That's who I got. That's where I got
yeah,
it from.
exactly. Lick my balls.
And I was quoting South Park. The other time I was quoting The Office, and I just said, "You ignorant slut," and it was like, "Oh, you're suspended."
Yeah.
And they didn't even tell me what the third time was. I have no idea what I said.
But I bet if you went on there and you talked about Obama for a while, and then you said lick my balls, they wouldn't mind.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If I would have said lick my balls to someone who wasn't like a,
Yeah.
super.
Someone who doesn't have rock salt things, gemstones. What the fuck are those? I don't. I fucked that one up. I can't remember what I was gonna say.
But yeah, you can be racist as fuck on Twitter as long as it's against white people. That's the thing.
Yeah, like that. What was that show, Dear White People?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
You can hate straight people as much as you want. You can hate white people as much as you want. No problems.
You know why? Because neither of them give a fuck. Because yeah, whatever.
You know who else doesn't give a fuck? Asians.
Oh yeah,
At least
yeah.
They don't tell us. They probably do.
Yeah, they have to give a fuck. Yeah, I know. There was a thing on like Reddit or something like that about that. People were like, yeah, they used to just call me Ching Chong every day. Everybody called me Ching Chong. Like, nobody talks about that.
Yeah.
Like that's some. It's like if I moved to another country and everybody's like, oh look, it's Peter Jones over here. Like, what the fuck? What's up, Pete?
Yeah, there was like a meme where it was like it said like black people like using the N-word is offensive to us, but then it said also black people and be like, hey, what's up, Muhammad? Hey, Ching Chong, how you doing? Like just
Yeah.
all the racial shit they say.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, like everyone has. I mean, everyone's a little racist, not necessarily.
Well, sometimes it's kind of like it's just funny.
Yeah,
like
it's not
sometimes
even,
it is funny.
It's not even in a hateful way. It's just like this person's different than me, and it's just we go off of stereotypes and we say funny things because we enjoy laughing,
Yeah.
And I think that's what most of the race issues are. I mean, there's obviously like
Right.
white supremacists and all those dickheads, but like
Yeah.
most people are just good people just trying to have a good time. I believe anyway. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you can. I think you could sit down with anybody. I mean, really, at the end of the day.
I think so too.
Until I don't know.
Or at least the vast majority of people.
Yeah, most people. People are people.
Mm-hmm.
People are people, and people are boring. So.
Yeah.
So we're all pretty much boring.
I think we're all more alike than different, but we watch the news and we change our minds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this clip of Hannibal Buress getting shut off. Oh, it's unavailable. Never mind. I'm not gonna play it anymore. I have to search that.
I like Hannibal. How he just talks like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like his style.
Yeah, he's cool, man. Mitch Hedberg actually was a big part of him coming up.
Oh really?
Because Mitch Hedberg would pick him to open for him.
I love Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, man.
I love his shit. I've been listening to him for years. It's probably like in middle school. I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too.
That shit's funny.
It's entirely unique. I really like Stephen Wright too. You ever listen to him?
Stephen Wright. Is that the guy that plays music?
He does sometimes, yeah. But he's got the deadpan delivery.
Oh,
Right.
no. I'm thinking of someone else. I'm thinking of a different Steven.
Oh.
But no, I don't know Steven Wright.
Yeah, Stephen Wright. It's kind of like he was big in the '80s or whatever, but but it's kind of like the Mitch Hedberg thing, the non sequiturs, the jokes, his whole thing. But he's
Got me again.
Oh, there's like
You don't
a...
know how bad I want to sleep on the wall.
I'm just playing a preview.
You're a king, you say. Well, you want.
Oh, never mind. But, sorry, go ahead.
but yeah, it's like like I was saying, the non sequitur thing. But his Stephen Wright's very surreal.
Mhm.
Like it's pretty funny. Like I can't think of any of his jokes. Oh, like he's like, I ran a stop sign. I got pulled over, and the cop said, "Why didn't you stop at the stop sign?" I said, "'Cause I don't believe what I read." It's like shit like that. Like
Okay. Yeah. That's funny. Do you listen to or watch Jesselnick?
Oh yeah, I love Jesselnick. Yeah, it's kind
Me
of like
too,
that
man.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a dark Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, where I remember one of his jokes. He was like, "My mom is always asking me, always playing the lottery." And she's like, "Anthony, can you get my numbers? Anthony, will you play my numbers?" And I'm like, "Mom, do you realize that you have a better chance at winning or getting struck by lightning than me doing you a favor?"
That shit's funny. I forgot how the joke was set up, but he was saying my grandmother died getting hit by a bus. The police said it was suicide, but the family knows she was just trying to stop civil rights.
That's funny. Yeah, his jokes are like that. I like them. Yeah, he's a really good technician, like a technical joke writer.
Yeah, his timing's awesome.
Yeah, he's really fucking good. Who else was I can't remember who else I was gonna say. Oh, I really like the older guys like Don Rickles.
Don
Rickles and Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, Dangerfield's. I haven't seen enough. I need to look up Don Rickles. I'll do that today.
I told
yeah.
my dad I was tired of walking in circles. He knelt down my other foot. Like stuff like that.
Yeah, Rodney Dangerfield's awesome.
His timing is like you think you know what timing is,
Mhm.
and then you listen to Rodney. Like that guy's got it all down. And Rickles is hilarious. Like
Oh yeah.
that guy was ripping apart like Ronald Reagan and shit. Like that guy was like the top of the world back then.
Hell yeah. Don
Sinatra.
Rickles.
And he'll come up with some clever something like a joke, and nobody will get it. And he's like, "Oh, come on, don't make me put up cards." It's like this is some smart shit going on right now.
Hell yeah.
He always
That's
talks
awesome. Well, man, we are 2 hours in. We can go ahead and wrap it up.
shit. Hell yeah.
Do you want to? Do you have any upcoming shows or anything?
I don't have any upcoming shows, but you can go. I can plug my social media.
Yeah.
I need some followers.
I wasn't sure if you had any social media.
I do. I just don't use any of it. But I mean, if I do have shows and stuff like that, but I have a website, BrodyBlue.com. BrodyBlue.com. My Twitter and my Instagram are both at Brody Blue Roman numeral 7. So Brody Blue VII. I don't know. I had to pick a number, and that's yes. And YouTube is Brody Blue.
Brody Blue on YouTube. Spelled like it sounds. I see you at Austin's. I wanted to go try to do Austin's, man.
Yeah, they don't do their open mic anymore. They used to do it every Thursday.
Skyler was performing there, and he got ice thrown at him. So, like, he doesn't want to go back.
Yeah, that sucks.
And he said the owner there's a dick, so.
Oh, is he? I don't know.
Yeah. I guess they went to high school together or something.
But that was a cool venue.
They got bad blood.
Bad blood. All right.
Yeah, all right.
Is
We'll
that-
go ahead and wrap it up. Any final thoughts, final words?
No.
Me either. But yeah, man, thanks for coming. It was a great time.
Thanks for having me out, man.
Yes, sir. I'm going to go to the gym and eat a steak. I
yeah.
got to do another one at 7. You know Colin
Yeah,
Robinson? Yeah, I'm
yeah,
going to
that's
have,
good. He's good. He's
I'm gonna
real
have
good.
him and Jordan on here.
Okay.
That dude with the leather jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of them got leather jackets.
Yeah, they do.
Sure.
I think they bang each other. We'll find out. We'll find out at 7. All right.
All right, man.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a good day.